grab it for me real quick. But no, I pressed the button for help, and the guy goes like, hey, you needed help. And I was like, yeah, I had an order, but it says it's not ready. But it's just one thing. Are you sure it's not ready? And he looks it up, and he goes like, no, it's not ready. And I'm like, well, can you guys do it right now? Because it's just one thing, and I'm sure you could just go get it, bring it, it's done. But he's like, no, I'm sorry, all my pickers got off at 5, so you're about an hour and something late. So I'm backwards.
I know.
But, like, then I'm like, no, I put this in at 3 p.m. You had hours. But it goes like, I can go into the big computer and see if it's ready, but if it's not on my chaos, it's probably not ready. And I'm like, so I ended up just having to leave because, you know, we're wasting valuable stream time.
What was it that you got?
Just a baseball bat for my costume.
A baseball bat? Well, could you just, like, get it yourself?
No, because, like, I ordered it.
Oh, because you already, like, paid for it? Everything?
Yeah, I already paid for it. So, it would have cost me less time, though, to do that. Like, to go in there and find it, and then just buy it like that. And, you know, not counting having to go into line to use the cash register and stuff. This was supposed to save me time. Mm-hmm. But it didn't end up working that way. But yeah, I was just like, I don't know. I know it's Halloween. It's probably crazy. But it's just, I just had one thing that I needed. One thing that I wanted. And they were like, no, I couldn't do that. I did it at 3 p.m. And even if what he said was true, that all the pickers got off at 5 p.m., you had 2 hours. Maybe there's a queue or something, but it was one thing, and you had 2 hours. And after that, even if it's just you, you had an hour and 45 minutes over that until I got there. You had so much time to get this one thing. What the and it's the first time I used that, you know, going to a store and just using the pickup method.
I've done it before. Not at Walmart, though. I've done it at Michael's and at, what was it? It was, not Total Wine and More, the other one, Bevmo.
Bevmo. Mm-hmm. That's a dangerous one.
Well, no, it's not, because then I'm like, this is what I want, and I won't be, like, browsing while I'm going to get it. I'll just go in, grab and get out, instead of going, ooh, look at this liquor. Let me just throw this in the cart, too.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, so I was frustrated, and it makes me not want, I don't know if I want to say that, because I want to give it the benefit of the doubt that it was just Halloween and it was just crazy. So maybe that's why it wasn't doing its thing. Maybe. I mean, I'm still like frustrated, like, come on. Come on. I am doing all this stuff that I normally do before the stream because I literally just got back. Yay. I left at like 6:25. 10-minute drive to and from. So we made it. But yeah, I just wanted one thing. Just one little thing. That's all Heather wanted. But you couldn't give her that. You couldn't give Heather this. Why did you hurt her? Yeah, so Heather's just a little frustrated. Maybe, and they're gonna...
So frustrated she's talking in third person.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I swear if this text message that I have right now is them saying, hey, your order's ready, I'm gonna be really pissed off. Don't worry about it. It's like, freaking Bronny says you won't be back in time, will you? I'm like, I did, bitch! We're streaming now!
I will admit I had my doubts when she's like, I'm just gonna go to Walmart and back. I'm like, okay.
I made it with like, maybe a minute over, but like I started literally at 7:01.
Yeah, I know, but like, I know how much time you guys usually take to set up and like get together and blah blah blah.
Oh, we're really just like dicking around half that time.
Usually.
Let's see what everyone's saying first. Hello, Harleen. Yes, I am the Joker. Don't worry, I have a blonde wig
Joker?
too.
You're not the Joker.
Oh, I'm Harley Quinn. I'm the Joker's love.
Yes.
You know, loose definition of love. Loose definition. Where's Mr. J? I don't know where the hell he is. I assume he means Bronny.
Assumingly, yes.
Hello, Heather. Says hello. Happy Halloween, my children. We are not your children, Clayton. I'm older than you. Happy Halloween, Nightmare Night, Bronny, Speedy Bloom, and Heather. Bronny? Where the hell is he? There is no Bronny. What the fuck?
No Bronny.
Bronny, get in here! How about you ladies throw me? Clayton, no!
Yo, Baron, I can dig it.
I don't dig that. Has Sweetie seen the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game?
No.
That's a no. Hey guys. You got the dual screen. How are you liking it so far? It's pretty kick-ass. It's just a battery killer. But it's pretty kick-ass, still. Which reminds me, I should probably keep it plugged in so I'm fully charged.
Oh, I think I threw it aside when I tackled Knife to put her in her costume.
It's the best thing. It's my favorite. You look so beautiful. I love you so much.
I hate you all so much.
You look so cute.
Why don't you love it? Oh, you got a lot of scratches from work?
Yeah.
Ah, that's always gonna be a factor.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot. You never took Marshall.
No, because I'm not going out anywhere.
Ah.
I didn't know what my schedule was going to be this weekend, so I was like, if I'm working on Halloween, I'm stealing Marshall. But I'm like, I'm not.
Well, okay, but, you know, if you ever feel like holding him, here you
Fair enough, okay.
It's Halloween still. Did Sweetie see the Dig It guy returned in the TF2 Red and Blue finale?
Did I see it? I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, no, she didn't see that. What in the world is Knife dressed as? Show them she is a little devil.
You may have to adjust her hood.
Yeah, we know she's a little devil, but what is she dressed in?
Bronny. She's a little baby is what she is.
You know what's
Well, that's
funny?
a demon.
Part of the reason why I got this costume for her is because I remember you wanted to dress her up as...
As Mau
It's the Meow Meow.
It's the Mau Mau. She's gotta not have a collar.
I'm just watching that cat flail all over the place.
Isn't she cute? She hates us so much and it's great. Happy Halloween, everyone.
She's gonna end up loving me more than she loves either of you just because
Oh, she hates me already. I don't give a
She loves me for unknown reasons.
You're the one who doesn't shove medication down her throat or what have you.
I'm gonna have to do
So
that
now
with
she's
you.
Mau Mau, if that makes you guys feel better.
Nerd stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to dress her up as Mama last year, but never got around to it. And I don't think I'm... I mean, it's on the to-do list. Because she's a black
Well,
cat.
I mean, now
Mama's
she's-
black cat.
Is the Mau Mau right here?
She need little booties.
You're gonna put booties on her?
I want to see how it goes.
That's gonna go very badly.
Also give her a sword. Ronnie, make her a sword.
Again, going very badly. This is as much of the Mau Mau costume as I consent to. Anything that's bit going further is all on Heather.
Alright, but it's her with a sword. Come on. Her with a sword's pretty
I
good.
don't like the idea of giving my cat sharp
Arming her?
weapons. Yes.
Arming her just
She
like...
already has claws and teeth. She don't need swords.
She's gonna come with the sword. It's
Gonna
like,
hurt
so you
herself.
want to punch me with that needle again? Want to see what happens?
I'm still gonna punch you with your needle. Yes, I am.
Okay, was I working on this? Yes, I think I was just doing single crochets in both loops. Yeah. So yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. I actually was a Wendigo yesterday with this mask at work. And I'll have you know that it almost won the costume contest. I tied with a freaking inflatable T-Rex.
Still find that
Bullshit
bullshit.
about that.
Still mad. Everyone's still mad.
Right? Everyone's like, that's bullshit.
We're still mad about it. But I'm going to not like a big party, but like a little get-together because somebody's birthday is on Halloween, so, you know, it's what you do.
Mhm.
I'm going to really make it brief. I have a present for them over there, and I'm going to be in this because I want to steal free food, and it's really hard to do that with a mask on. I'll have my medical mask, and I just go, bring it back up. So, what's the chat saying, Bronny? Are you doing that, or am I doing that? Blech.
Alright, I got it. There's a lot of questions. Let's see here. What's a good one?
Oh, you know what? I think I put Bronny's volume down in Discord, and that's why he's so quiet.
Yeah, I was like, he's being very polite. What's going on?
Yeah, that's different. He doesn't
Something
do
must
that.
be wrong.
Something must be wrong. The disturbance in the force. I forgot to link this in a few
I
places.
believe in a thing called love.
Just
Ah, too much.
Alright. Stop that laugh, Bronny. I told you not to do that anymore.
I love having a mixer.
There we go. Decent volume.
Yeah, so let's see here. Syndicate wants to know, were you two fans of This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah.
Of course.
Is that even a question?
Right?
Yeah, everyone. Even Bronny kind of likes it. Ooh, I'm gonna get
let's see
myself a
here.
drink. Soda, though, because I'm going to drive later.
Ah, yes, good idea.
Yes.
Clayton has a stupid question. Christine wants to know, did I Love Kim Possible a Lot leave the TF2 project as well? I'm guessing you all can't hear me.
I can hear you, and let me just put it this way. As far as people going in and out of the project, it's no one's business.
Alright, good. So from now on, if you ask silly questions about that, I'm not going to acknowledge them.
Appreciate it.
Yep. I'm mostly telling the chat here because it's I still find it hilarious. We've been doing this for over a year, going on 2 years. These people know that we get the same people every week. They know what I'm about. If I don't like a question, if I don't think it's interesting, I'm gonna skip it.
Let me take
And
the
people forget that somehow. And when they see me do it to other people, it's fine. And then I do it to them, and suddenly I'm not paying attention to the chat, or I'm being a jerk.
You gotta pay attention to my family's comments now, though, because my freaking sister complains to me about it. If you see T Dill, answer her. If you see my
okay,
nephews.
I'll keep that in mind. But T Dill better have something interesting to say or a good question.
Oh, my candies are getting melty already.
It says my volume is there. Syndicate's saying my volume is still really low.
I'll turn you up more in Discord.
Syndicate wants to know if I have a Halloween costume. Not this year.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's the first year I haven't dressed up for Halloween, and I was telling Heather last night about how disappointed I am that the year has played out this way, that I don't have a Halloween costume.
That's no excuse. Get a Halloween costume.
You didn't have one last year. I had a costume last year.
I'm pretty sure wait a second.
Last year we
No,
were at the
you're
wedding.
right.
Last year you guys were at the wedding.
Which you dressed it
Yeah.
up as Tuxedo Man. There you go.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I went as we'll say that. I went as Tuxedo Mask.
That's not no, because
I
you
said
weren't
Tuxedo Man.
you
not
weren't
Tuxedo
properly
Mask.
you weren't properly in a tuxedo. B, you weren't wearing a cape. C, you weren't wearing a top hat, and D, you weren't actually wearing a mask.
How can you be Tuxedo
Well, that's
Man?
because
You're
that's
your
because
mask
top
without the
hats
mask.
and capes. That's because top hats and capes. Well, capes that are not King Sombras are retarded. So when I cosplay as Tuxedo Mask, I choose not to wear.
You're Tuxedo
or
Man.
or
You can
top
get
hat.
away with not wearing the top hat because every once in a while he would go around without his top hat, usually if somebody knocked it off. But legit, without the mask, you're not Tuxedo Mask.
It's in the name.
Well, I did have the mask, but frickin' one of the Sailor Moon villains stole it.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Yeah, the one, the one with the chick. Yeah.
That's not how it works. The only time his mask has ever come off while he's been in costume have been when he was about to die.
What actually makes sense here is that there wasn't like a Spanish guitar and maracas following me around everywhere.
Now I would have accepted that because those
Yeah.
are awesome.
Those are hard to do.
Hey, sweetie, can you help me put this on? Sure. It's a choker, so don't be afraid to choke me a little. I won't say daddy though.
Okay.
But you just did.
Well, I'm not gonna call her that.
Yeah, that's a thing for you too. I don't need to be involved in that.
I'm not a daddy person. Unless it's Stolas, and I'm like, yeah, bird daddy.
Christine says,
Sorry.
I don't like
Okay.
the music from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, really?
How dare you insult Danny Elfman?
Well, I guess it's not for everyone, but like.
But I don't like she says I don't like The Nightmare Before Christmas either.
Oh,
So,
that is bizarre.
Christine, you and I are kindred spirits. I don't like that movie.
What? You liked it? You
I
liked
did
it?
not like that. I told you I didn't like it.
No, you said you liked it when you watched it.
There were parts he didn't like. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Trying not to pull your hair while I do this.
Oh no, it's okay. I didn't even feel that.
Oh, don't you remember what I said? I said I was waiting for it to get good, and it never really got good.
You never said that.
Yeah, you
I
never
have
said
said that so many times. Why is it you have such a selective
You didn't
memory?
say that, Bronny. There were parts you didn't like. There was like you didn't like Sally's song and stuff like that.
You did. You
Yes, I
said
do
you liked
remember
it though.
that.
You said you were like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. You know,
Finally.
I'm so thank you.
I might have said it
You actually
wasn't
put it on
bad.
at the perfect length.
I might
Cool.
have
You
said
know, it gives
that.
me some space to breathe. Hey guys, I'm your pudding. But it was freaking. You said you liked it at the time. I don't know why you always. Excuse me. I don't know why you always gotta lie to me.
I don't remember liking it. I don't remember saying I liked it. I might have said it wasn't bad. Okay.
Oh,
that's
that probably
two
is what
different
you
things.
said, but no, you're
There's a
being
lot
like
of
a
things I
chick
don't
about it
like
and saying
that are-
one thing and
that aren't
meaning
bad.
another. Bronny, you just and he didn't like Scary Godmother. I showed him that the other night, and I think that's a pretty
Yeah, we
charming
watched Scary
film.
Godmother last night, and I was just
I haven't seen
Like,
that
I
one,
didn't-
so I can't comment.
The
I didn't
animation
really.
of those is
She
kinda
was
ugly,
like,
but,
she
you know,
was like, how
overall
did
it's
you
pretty
not
nice.
like it? And I'm like, I didn't like it. What do you want from me?
He never likes anything though. That's the frustrating part. He doesn't like anything. Like, I show
I
him a
like
new thing.
things.
Like, I don't know how I set my up for disappointment every time. Because on the inside, I'm like, yeah, another thing Brownie doesn't like. Brownie doesn't like anything. But then I find something, or I have something, I'm like, man, this thing is really nice and good. I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate it. I let him watch it, and we sit together. I'm like, so what'd you think? And he goes like, well, I didn't like it. I'm like, you can't say I never put in effort, okay? You can never say that, because I keep trying. Keep introducing you to new movies and new things, and it's always shit to you. I always try. Why aren't you trying, Ronnie?
I tried plenty. You're not interested in any of the stuff I find either. Oh, let's see here. Syndicate wants to know if I would prank you by shaking up a soda can before you open it. No.
How dare you use
would not
soda
do that.
against me?
I wouldn't.
I'm insulted by that thing. I'm like, why? Because that would hurt me. I legitimately enjoy sodas and food so much. If you did anything to them that would ruin them for me in any way, I'd be very upset. It's a sensitive
that would
area.
suck.
I blended
I'd hate
into my
myself.
freaking chair. You notice that? It's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and your chair match.
Christina's reminding us to put our chocolate in the refrigerator so it doesn't
Actually,
melt.
I think I am. 'Cause Sweetie gave me a whole bunch of Reese's and they're melting. I can feel them melting. I hate the desert.
It all tastes the same in the end.
But they're too squishy. They cannot put them on fingers. That's just manicure.
Oh. See, girly girl things I don't think about anymore. I do have to start at least putting some
Like I
Clear nail polish
painted
on
my
my nails.
nails to match my outfit.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah. And I have my blonde wig, and I got my gloves, and I was gonna have a bat. Freaking Walmart! Did you tell me that it's ready yet, Walmart?
Megan McGonagall says, I was going to dress up as a plague doctor, but then I was left home to watch the house.
You can still dress up. That's what I always did. Like, I think there was probably a point in high school when I stopped actually going trick-or-treating, and I just dressed up and I gave out candy to the kids.
Dress up anyway and move
Yeah.
out.
And move out. What?
Yeah, she's got to move
look at
out.
that.
She's got something going on over there every week.
Look at this, freaking. They canceled it.
They canceled it?
They
What?
canceled my order.
Why?
Because apparently, due to high demand, we cannot fulfill your order. Sorry, refund. We'll refund you. And I'm like, you better. Does anyone have a weapon that I can paint black and red? Well, I could take one of my guns.
See, you lost me at paint black and red, because I could give you, like, a keyblade or a lightsaber or a wand or a
Actually, I think I have a better
sonic
gun.
screwdriver, but I ain't gonna let you paint any of those black and red.
So Heather, let me get this straight. You went down to Walmart and they hadn't picked up your order yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
working.
was it supposed
There
to
you
be delivered to that Walmart? Like, was it just not around there?
What?
It wasn't about being delivered, it was about being prepared.
Yeah, like I just
Okay.
put in a pickup order online. Was just like I looked in their inventory, I picked a bat, and I said I want this one delivered. I mean, not delivered, but I want to pick it up at this store. And they're like, okay, perfectly fine. We probably have, which I think means like we have
They
it.
have it.
They have it in that store.
Yeah.
It's just one thing. The only problem with this gun is that it's broken.
No, I mean, it's mostly for aesthetic.
Yeah, would have been fun to shoot people though.
It's,
It's a Deadpool
What about
gun
the-
too.
What about the brood shots, Heather? Those are the brood spikers. Those are red and black as well.
Nah, cause like they're colored the same. Where'd I put that pistol? You better. Yeah, they're colored the same like this. It's black and gray, not black and. It's black and gray, not black.
a red and
Red and gray,
not
Black
red
and red. See, it's very different.
Hmm.
I mean, I would like to bring a pistol because it's just very much more handy, you know.
Well, carrying around a weapon is gonna suck anyway.
This thing
Because
is
you
like
don't
all
have like a
kinds of jam.
holster or a strap or anything.
Like I
for
haven't
it.
had this thing work since the day I got it.
I think there was a time I was trying to fiddle with it for like the entire stream and almost got it to work and then didn't.
Let's see here.
Yeah, it's a freaking.
Syndicate.
I think the
Syndicate
day I got
wants-
it worked, and then it never worked after that. Don't get toys from Ross.
I mean, that's sort of generally.
They're
a
so
good
cheap
principle.
there,
Yeah.
though. They're so
Well,
cheap.
that's why. There's a price.
Syndicate wants to know if Sweetie is a fan of Paw Patrol.
Haha, gee, I wonder where that question came from. Yeah, sort of. I mean, I don't actively watch it on my own, but it was one of the most tolerable shows to watch with my nephew and foster niece. So, yeah, it's definitely, if you're watching kids and they're like, let's watch Paw Patrol, you know, it's like, hell yeah, this is something I can stand to watch, let's do that.
Yeah, generally that's how I feel about the Cars series.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yes, I mean, again, I don't watch it on my own. I got this for my foster niece's birthday. We had a Paw Patrol themed birthday, and I played the part of Ryder. It ended up that we used like actual icons because it was obviously a Zoom party. But I got it anyway, and it's like so it's my costume for this year.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse
Let's see here. Clayton dressed up like Steven Universe.
Nice.
You only need like a shirt.
You really
for
just
that.
need a shirt with a star
Maybe
on it.
puff
yeah.
up your hair.
Maybe.
It depends. Steven Universe from the OG or Steven Universe Future. Because he had a jacket in that one.
Mm-hmm. And a neck.
And a neck. He turned into a tall boy.
I will say I didn't go all out with the hair for a couple reasons. You know, one being just like I'm not actually going out, so I'm not gonna bother. But it also like I was like I wonder if there's like a brown spiked wig anywhere.
You have to like eBay that.
Yeah, I'm like I'd have to like special order that crap, and I'm just like not worth it.
One of the reasons I did Harley Quinn because I just found this shirt at a place one day, like a long time ago, because I've worn this costume before for Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
But I found this shirt and I had that blonde wig already from playing Applejack.
Right.
So like when Juanita's Halloween party came around, I just put that on, put the wig on, did some makeup, and then it's like, yeah, Harley Quinn, and it came out pretty good. I had a hammer that I would have with this too. I found that at a Spirit of Halloween. It was red and black.
Yeah.
Like it's posted on my DeviantArt, that old cosplay. But the thing is that hammer's still back at home with my mom. So I was just like, you know what? In Suicide Squad, she used a bat.
You could probably swing by a Spirit Halloween. They probably still have stuff.
It depends if they're open.
If
after
the
stream.
party is
Probably.
at 10, Heather, that when you get out of this stream, you'll have a whole hour.
That's true. If we can find someplace that would just have something in red and black, I don't want to buy another hammer, kind of, because like I already have a hammer back at my mom's place. What am I gonna do when I get that back? I'm gonna have two hammers.
Let's see. Closes. The one on Broadway closes at 10. There are...
Yeah, they all close at 10 now.
No.
So, yeah, you've got
No,
time.
Brawny, they do not. There are a few that are already closed.
Damn.
Okay.
But the one, I think this is the one that is next to the Petco. I'm pretty sure.
I think I know what that is. Oh,
It's-
yeah, I was at that one earlier, not this week, but a week ago or something.
It's like the one closest to us. I'm just gonna go. Oh no, I lied. The one that's open until 10 is the one by the Park Place Mall.
I might just not just take this Deadpool gun.
Fair enough.
Because, why do it? I already, like, have to wait on a refund to come back to me. Ugh. They've ruined the season for me. Nah, it's fine. But, yeah.
Syndicate wants to know which Joker we prefer, Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix.
Heath Ledger, but I also need to put an asterisk that I haven't seen the newest Joker movie, so.
Me too. I've been meaning to watch it because people wouldn't shut up about it. Apparently, a lot of dudes liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Did you know that Jared Leto Joker was the one that won our costume contest last year? So,
Oh my god, if somebody showed up to my workplace dressed as Jared Leto's Joker, I would kick him right out.
I
That's
wonder
not
if he
the
went the
Joker.
full thing and had a little tattoo on his hand that was a mouth.
He probably didn't actually get the tattoo.
Well, but you painted it on there. I would have been like, A for effort.
Yeah.
But they were actually way better costumes that year. I saw the pictures. Like, with her girl I knew, Tanner, she had, like, she was Little Red Riding Hood, but half of her face was normal, and the other half she painted like a wolf. And she had, like, ears on one side. I'm like, that was a lot of effort. I would have made that.
So, like, Once Upon a Time,
Yeah.
Red
Excuse me.
Riding Hood.
Yeah, and, my coworker, Sandy, I think she's the one that's having a little get-together tonight. She always, like, puts in contacts and does stuff like that. And honestly, her ninja costume was really cool this year. And she's gonna have something on different tonight. But I was just like, man, that's freaking wild.
Yeah, there are people who go through a heck of a lot more effort for a season than I do.
Yeah, but you gotta be like mainstream icons and memes to win because inflatable T-Rex.
Yep.
Freaking memes.
Spencer said, I dressed up in my work outfit because I had work today. I'm glad my mall canceled trick-or-treating because my shift would have been a feces festival otherwise. And I'm stealing that phrase.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, it's Halloween, and I'm trying to freaking use that to be everything. Like, this sucks. Well, Halloween. I guess it's better for people this year because they probably won't have to stay out as long.
Trent says, do you know what happened to Heather and Sweetie's Nightmare Before Christmas video?
Is it not posted anymore?
Is it? Yeah. Did it get taken down?
It down?
Yeah, let me go check on that, because if it is...
We're all like, wait, what?
Because I'm pretty sure we didn't have copywritten music or anything, as far as I can remember. Because if it's gone...
then we don't know, clearly is our answer.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this!
I still have it backed up, so don't worry.
Yeah, because he's the one that edited that together. There's so many streams, my god. It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, it could be. I don't know. I don't see it here. It would tell you, though, if it was banned in other countries, right? Because someone... were they from a different country?
Trent, I'm pretty sure he's American.
Oh, well, I don't know why he's not seeing it if he's not seeing it. I am still proud of those vectors I made.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're actually... I'm like, man, I'm not as bad as art as I think.
Yeah.
Look at that. Fluid. I was actually sad that Bronny had to edit this together because I was editing it, and, like, I even made an animation of me moving the frickin' little jack-o'-lantern carrier I had for candy around, and I'm like, whoa, look at what I figured out how to do! And then it crashed constantly. I couldn't use that program, and I had to let Bronny do the whole thing, and I was just like, oh man, I was making progress in using that program. I can hopefully get back into it with this new PC.
Here's open.
Because, man, I was learning. I was having
I gotta find a way to I gotta pirate you some Adobe Premiere, Heather.
Hey, if you can, sure.
Yep. Because we need to screw over Adobe as much as possible.
They're pretty bad. Did you see that video about, like, the frickin' guy who displayed his abusive relationship with Adobe that was personified as a redheaded woman? That frickin' video was hilarious. I showed that to Brian a few times.
I have not seen that video.
I've shown you the video. You'll remember it when I show it to you, because it was this guy who animated it in such a weird way. I'm gonna make both of you watch it. It's funny as hell. I love it.
Let's see here. Pristine said, oh no wait, before that, Syndicate says, can Heather do a good Harley impression?
I don't think I can, because you gotta, like, she's high-pitched and I have to have kind of a New York, Boston accent. Like, I think my best is, give me a line that's Harley Quinn-y.
How about the line where she reveals that she's not actually a blonde?
That's her line?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that line. Oh, how did it go? She goes like, joke's on you. I'm not even a natural blonde. I can't do it. I haven't even heard her voice in such a long time. Like, it's in my head what she sounds like.
Yeah, it's in my head too, and like, the new Harley Quinn, I think the new animated show, it's fine, but for some reason I'm bothered by the fact that she doesn't have her accent. I'm like, that's not...
Oh, gee, Mr. J.
There we go.
Can't you just be my little pudding a little longer?
There we go.
I'm his pudding.
You're getting closer, but
Yeah.
Getting closer. You went a little
definitely
southern
needs
there at
work.
the end.
It definitely needs work. My Harley Quinn's from Louisiana. Leave me alone. Alabama. It's hard for me to do those accents, because it always does get kind of mixed up into, like, Southern or Australian. Yeah, like, one time I tried doing a New Yorkian accent for a comic I was reading, and, like, for some reason I said mate, and it suddenly turned Australian. I'm like, ah, shit, this isn't right! It's weird. I can't talk like that. It's really hard.
I think there was one time where an idea was tossed around that was going to be a time in TF2 where everyone got an Australian, like a really bad Australian accent, and like I wanted to throw in a joke that my characters didn't sound quite right because I was imitating Anthony. It was like, you sound more British. It's like, I spent too much time with Anthony.
Wait, I thought Anthony was Australian.
Here's what
Australian.
you should have done for
the
that. You should have just had
stereotypical
Anthony
Australian
read for every character.
He has enough on his plate as it is. Don't need him
Right,
to
but
carry
I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm just saying that would have been hilarious.
I mean, don't
let's
get me
see
wrong,
here.
I'd love to hear his voice all the time, but I have enough of other people carrying the show other than the people actually getting subscribers for it.
Aww.
Let's see here. I hated Jack, says Pristine. The only decent character was Sally. How she fell for Jack, I'll never know.
You
I
know,
hated
I
how
can
Jack
understand that.
sabotaged Christmas.
I can understand why people wouldn't like Jack. He's kind of self-absorbed.
Yeah,
Wait.
but I feel like he's not a hurtful self-absorbed.
Exactly.
He's just like,
He just gets lost in his own little
yeah, he gets
frenzy.
lost in his
Like,
own
he's
world.
like, obviously everyone loves this because I love
Because
this.
I love it,
He's
therefore,
just,
yeah, he's a very passionate person, and I think that's what Sally
I
loves
can
about him, and I can see, you know.
I can definitely see why people dislike it, but at the same time, I love it and I understand. Like, you get both sides of it.
Yeah, I mean, if someone said I didn't like Sally, I'd bitch slap you across the room. But saying you don't like Jack, it's a little bit more understandable. But yeah, I feel like because he's not really mean-spirited. He's just, yeah, he's self-centered. He's an egomaniac. I mean, good lord, I know enough of those in my life.
Yeah, Jack's Lament will tell you half of that.
Mm-hmm. You know, but he just has an I Want song, like all Disney princesses.
Oh, he is a princess.
He is a Disney princess, essentially. You know, he wants more. And, you know, because he's...
Just being king isn't
He
enough.
just wants a way of expression. I don't think it's about power. Like, I never got the sense from the film that he was after power. He just wanted control. I know that sounds similar, but it's like he wanted something to express his passions. He wanted a new way of expressing his passions.
And you know what? Like, when I first watched it as a kid, I never really got that being Pumpkin King really meant that he was in charge. He didn't seem to take charge.
Yeah, he
of
wasn't
people.
really...
He just persuaded people, and that's really different.
Yeah, like, I always got the idea that the mayor did more of the legwork as far as being in charge, but that he was the... Like, what's odd is that I found that Jack was the figurehead, but then at the same time there's a line in the film where the mayor goes, "Jack, please, I'm only an elected official, I can't make these decisions by myself." Which sort of indicates that maybe he needs Jack's approval on things, or more to the point that since the mayor is an elected official and Jack is not, then the mayor needs to kind of watch out more for what he does, and Jack pretty much can do whatever the heck he wants, and he's not going to get him removed. Kind of like British government.
Yeah.
You know, the Prime Minister and the Queen, except that apparently in this case the King has a little bit more power.
Yeah.
Clayton says that I am Sheldon Cooper.
Nice.
You're Sheldon Cooper, or he is?
He says Brawny is basically Sheldon Cooper.
In what way?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, because I
'Cause-
watched a bit of The Big Bang Theory, and
Yeah.
Sheldon's a bit more particular.
He's very more particular than Bronny is.
And wimpy.
I would
Yeah.
take Sheldon's lunch money, okay? That
Probably.
guy pisses me off.
Probably.
Sheldon has his moments, though.
No, I love Sheldon. I'm just saying that Bronny would totally have been the one who tormented them as a youth.
If growing up in Texas.
Yeah, he'd have been the one who gave Sheldon the nervous twitch against people raising their fists because he was constantly abused as a child.
Ronnie.
No, that would not have been me. Not
Uh-huh.
as a kid. I wasn't a bully as a kid.
But you
Oh,
are
let's
as
see.
adults.
You know,
Come
when I
again?
think of this realistically, and what, sweet, that hurts.
Well, he was the one who said he was going to take his lunch money. That's literally a line for a bully. So he's saying that as an adult, he's a bully.
He is joking, but you know, realistically, your relationship to Sheldon reminds me of someone who you would be friends with, but constantly be frustrated with.
Yeah.
Because that's typically your relationship with these kinds of people.
Yeah. You have a lot of nerd friends, and that's usually how it goes down. Is you're like, you're friends with them, but then you're like, God, stop being such a nerd.
Pristine says the only Jokers I liked were Mark Hamill and Jack Nicholson.
Yo, we forget about him.
Well, Jack Nicholson was a little bit before your time.
Yeah, but like I watched the movies. I mean, I looked up all the old Batman movies when I started getting into it
Well,
and watching it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't grow up with Jack Nicholson
That's
like
true.
like us older people. You've probably your first Joker was probably Mark Hamill, if I were to bet.
Yeah, you're right there. I do remember watching him. But yeah, we're always like, which Joker is better, Heath Ledger or Joaquin or Jared Leto and stuff, but we're forgetting all those
You're
guys.
forgetting all the
Right
ones
there.
from back in the ye olden days, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I like Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill. Those are probably my top two.
I grew up with Cesar Romero, so nobody's gonna replace him for
I'm
me.
trying to remember Susan Romero. Which one is he?
Pretty sure he was one of the first ones. I'm not mistaken.
Show me a picture and I'll know who it is.
Yeah.
The Adam West Batman.
Yeah, he's
I love the Adam
West.
West one. I have that on DVD.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome too.
That was that freaking. I thought I was gonna be kind of boring because I looked at some old.
Oh no,
Batman stuff.
Adam West Batman is hilarious.
I know. I saw the shark repellent happen, and I'm like, oh my god! And then it was running
Oh,
around.
Heather, have you seen the Adam West
Yeah, I know that
animated Batman movies that came out in
Yes.
recent years?
I love
I've
those.
watched the one where it was like him, and then he made a world of Batman,
Oh yeah.
and like, well, I was like, what?
One of my favorites is when that Batman had a crossover with Scooby-Doo. That was my favorite Scooby-Doo ever.
That sounds like the best.
It
one.
was so awesome. It's like Adam West and Scooby-Doo and Now, the funny thing is, actually, they did that a few times. I have one particular one in my head, and unfortunately, I don't remember what it was called. I would know it if I saw it again, though. I'm like, that's the one, that's the one. But,
Spencer says, Heather, change your phone lock screen pattern. You just showed it to the entire stream.
When are you guys ever gonna get near my phone? And also, would you threaten to use it?
Kichi would.
Kichi!
Megan says I had a free Domino's pizza and cola for dinner, and I want candy, dang it. I want sweet cakes. Why the heck didn't anyone invite me to fun stuff?
Well, not much fun stuff is going on.
Yeah. I never get invited to fun. Well, I guess the last couple of years I've been invited to weddings. But other than that.
Weddings!
It's like, I guess there was that whole, like, wedding thing that happened last year and the year before.
You see, okay, now Pristine gets it. Pristine understands me. She goes, Brawny is definitely not Sheldon Cooper. He's more considerate and aware of his actions, so take that!
You're certainly more aware of your actions than Sheldon Cooper, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I guess I can agree with that.
Syndicate wants to know, sweetie, have you tried Reese's that are stuffed with Reese's Pieces?
Yes, and I love them.
I like
Yes,
those.
those things are amazing.
That was part of the candy I tossed at you. Yeah, I love them. I like to the point where, like, if I have regular Reese's cups now, I get disappointed.
You know, they did a thing where they did Hershey's with Reese's cups cut up and put in.
Oh.
Did I give you? I feel like sometimes when I see
Yeah,
new candy,
I
I'll
think so.
give you one and be like, hey, look at this new candy.
Yeah,
sweetie."
I think I do remember that one.
I was
yeah.
like, am I a bad influence?
a little bit, but it's
little.
fine. I accept it.
Heather, are we crocheting this stream or are we playing on the phone?
Okay, I go on my phone for 5 minutes, and all this
5
shit.
minutes is a heck of a long time.
I
Heather.
did it to change my pattern because apparently people are going to use that against me.
Do it after the stream because now you're showing us what the new pattern
No,
is.
they
too.
couldn't see it because it's a book! Like this!
If you didn't know what she was doing on her phone, Brawny, then you knew that it was safe.
Oh my god. You know what? It's my stream and I'll do what I want. Maybe that was the chaos part in Chaos and Crochet. You don't know. It's up to me.
Okay, but by the same token, I thought it was chaos in crochet, not boring in crochet.
You know what's boring?
You want to leave? You can leave. No one's forcing you to stay.
How dare the audacity. You know, I come in here and I have a good time however I can, Brownie. And I'm a little perturbed that you want to try and dictate my time.
And we're gonna give the audience what they want, Heather. And we're gonna get
You're
more
not my
views.
audience.
And we're gonna get that e-girl money.
I'm already like they don't. If I'm an e-girl, they don't care what I'm doing. They want me to show more cleavage.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter if she's on her phone as long as she shows her tits. Like,
I might have shown a little bit of bra right now. My bad.
do you actually have a red and black bra? Like, that's what it looked like.
A
for
little
second.
bit of red showed. It's just red.
Oh.
If I had a red and black one, oh my god.
I know, right? I was like, whoa, you go all out. Like, damn.
Nah, it's just.
I was like, first of all, I didn't need to know that's what you and Bronny were into.
Hey, that's just me. He has no. Like, this guy doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah,
The freaking, but no, it's just all red under here.
fair enough.
I should have
Megan
gone like
says,
red on top,
lucky
black on
live
bottom.
stream. I got more job
Not like
offers
anybody's gonna
this
see it.
week.
Unless, again, if you and Bronny have something at night that I don't need to know about.
Nah, I'm not freaking. He won't stay up that long.
Probably.
I'm not gonna be at the party for like super long, but like, I'll be coming home late, so don't wait up. Actually, what time did the party start again? Was it 10 or 10?
You said 10:30 to me,
I'm
although.
pretty sure it was 10:30, but I'm double checking.
I think you said 10 to me.
Yeah, it was 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30.
This is a grown and sexy only party.
Oh my.
Which means no
Which
children.
means no kids.
No children. That's not like my problem. I bring my cat, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I couldn't find anyone to take care of her tonight.
Syndicate says Jared Leto's Joker is apparently coming back in the Snyder cut of the Justice League. Well, that movie's a dumpster fire anyway.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe they'll punch him in the face.
Mm.
I mean, I didn't hate Suicide Squad as much as anybody else. I thought it was good enough. You know what's better was Batman Assault on Arkham. That was a Suicide Squad movie. Like, Batman was only in there a little bit. It was all Deathshot, Harley Quinn, and basically the same group that they had for the movie, except instead of having Killer Croc in the Batman movie, they had King Shark. It was a good movie, though. Very good movie.
Yeah, I didn't see the sequel. I only saw the first one, and I was
Syndicate wants to know, hey Heather, would Knife want to play with the cotton balls on Harley's hood?
She really isn't that playful. I really have to bug her with them.
Yeah.
She likes to play with my hair when I'm like working out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like to play when I want to play.
She plays on her terms.
Bigorna says, hello everyone, happy Halloween. I hope you eat copious amounts of sugar.
Will do.
Already started.
Yep.
I love a good sugar crush. Dude, I ate so much candy this week. I brought my candy corn to work because just so I could eat it while I was working.
Mm-hmm.
I ate so much. I'm sorry. I ate all your Sour Punch straws.
Oh, that's fine.
I love those so much.
Yeah, I left them for you. I will be buying some more, though. I'm afraid to feed your addiction.
God damn it. It's like they're laced with heroin.
Because I'm going to be making those pumpkins again for Monday. So.
Oh my god. This isn't working for me. I just enjoy it too much. My god, my childhood is coming back. You know, there was a point in time where, like, they didn't taste right when I would buy them at the store. But then you brought the bag, and I'm like, oh, it's coming back! I don't know what happened.
I had to beg her to, like, just leave me, like, the green ones. Like, those are why I bought it. You can have any other color you want. Just leave me the green ones until I'm done with my
pumpkins. I proceeded to eat all of them except for the green ones. They were all gone.
Yep, and that was fine. Again, I was like, it was like Sour Punch straws. Like, okay, but just leave me the green ones.
I can't leave those in front of me. Every time I would go into the kitchen, I'd be cooking, I'd be doing whatever. I'd always grab a few, and I'm just like, oh no, I've eaten 5. It's nuts. It's driving me insane. I can't. I think that might be my problem. You know? Because everyone has their little addictions, and I just look at it and be like, I'm not addicted to anything. And I will proceed to eat copious amounts of sugar, whether it's in ice cream form, or candy corn, or Sour Punch straws, or in iced coffee. That's what's in the iced coffee. It's fucking sugar.
Like 99% sugar.
Yeah. It's all sugar. That's my deal. I love sugar so freaking much.
You see, I'm glad you're figuring that out, because I tried to point that out to you earlier, and you were like, I don't eat that much sugar.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I think this time I'm going to be on Bronny's side. He's probably lectured you about your sugar intake.
He was telling me the other day, like, I was having trouble not eating candy, and he goes, like, didn't you tell me you could stop yourself from eating an entire pizza and an entire pint of ice cream? I'm like, yes, because that's easy. I don't know, like, he'll eat an entire pizza, but I only eat, like, 3 pieces, which compared to that is great.
Yes.
And with ice cream, because, like, there's only a finite amount of ice cream, I don't want to eat it all in one day. I want to save some for tomorrow, so I'll eat only, like, half of it one day, and half of it the other day.
And my problem is that I'm a high functioning addict. I'm one of those guys that only buys a small amount at a time, and space spread out, because I'm a lot better at abstinence than I am at impulse control.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way, to be honest.
if it's there, if I buy a gallon of ice cream, guess how much freaking ice cream I'm eating.
That's freaking...
I'm not quite that bad unless I allow myself to be that bad. If I'm like, you know what, F today, then I might eat the whole gallon. But if I'm like, no, I'm gonna stop myself, but I can't stop myself from not eating the ice cream if I've bought it. Like, if I've bought it, part of it is going to be consumed. Even if I bought it for something later in the week, I'm gonna be like, no, don't touch it, oh shit.
You know, it's like, I think I'm used to things like with pizza and ice cream having to like portion that because throughout my entire life I've always had to share everything. But when it comes to candy, Halloween candy, bags of candy that I usually bought myself throughout life, those are things I've been able to consume without consequence because it wasn't for anyone else but me.
Fair enough.
So I don't know, psychology.
Yes.
It's all about psychology. I should have been stretching. Hey, Brownie, you die?
Maybe.
He might be dead.
Okay. We'll just have to go on without him. Let's see.
Hold on, let me see if he's still in the call. No, he's in the call. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Trying to go through the people.
Let's see here.
there he
Begrona
is.
says, my hot take is that Batman was better as a goofy superhero instead of a super serious one.
I like both.
Yeah, I like both. They're definitely two different moods. Like, it's kind of odd seeing those two Batmans back to back, but they both have their merits.
Yeah. Anyone remember Batman Brave and the Bold? That was a good one. He was mostly serious, but it didn't have any trouble like getting funny. It was all very believable. You ever
He's
see
the
the Lego
music
Batman movie?
maestro. Let's see
Music
here.
Meister, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The only episode
Okay.
I showed him from that series.
Oh, geez, I've watched a couple of episodes of that with you, and every time it's like,
It was good.
It was pretty good. I mean, I didn't watch it religiously, but whenever I caught something, I thought it was decent.
Oh yeah, they had the Music Meister episode. Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris, yeah, that was the one I definitely saw because everyone was like, "Oh my God, musical fans, you need to see this episode." I'm like, okay, God.
And it was
calm
great.
yourself.
I wanted to
Yeah, it
freaking
was good.
cosplay that Music Meister. Freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Battleship Agincourt says, hi, I just failed at making nice with strangers at a bar. So it sounds like Battleship got in a bar fight.
Oh, that's hard.
Mm.
No, I've never really hung out at a place that's just a bar. I've been to restaurants and bars, not just a bar.
I've been to a bar, but I'm not usually there to make friends with strangers. I'm usually there to hang out with whatever group of people I went there with.
Battleship Agincourt says, my costume was Clay Matthews of the Green Day Packers. No one seemed to notice.
Well, if you're just wearing like a jersey.
Yeah, are you
maybe
just
they
wearing a
think,
jersey?
like-
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Probably just think that's how you dress.
The Wicked Syndicate says, Heather, I'm guessing he was quoting you. I had to turn away from the computer for a second. So he, like, as a Heather quote, he says, do you know what is born, Brawny? Your mic being cut.
That's about what I was gonna say too.
Pretty much.
Okay, well, I don't know what happened for that 30 seconds that I had
I
to
think
turn
that
away
was
from
We
the
basically
computer.
just complained that you died. We're like, damn
Oh,
it,
no,
Bobby.
It's also
Yeah,
similar
I
to the
had
argument
to,
earlier.
Yeah.
I
No, it's
did.
not
I
funny.
had to have a conversation with someone, and I didn't want that to be heard, so I turned my mixer down for that time.
No, that's understandable, but we're still gonna
Yep.
complain about
We're
it.
gonna tease you.
Yeah, we're still gonna tease you
I
about it.
take every opportunity.
That's what friendship's for.
Yep.
Yay.
That's what friendship's for good times and bad times and annoying Brawny forevermore.
Hey, you're here voluntarily, bruh.
You can stop the pain.
That's what friends are for.
You can stop this agony anytime you want.
And on Brawny's behalf, because he's not going to do it, I'm apologize to all headphone users.
Yeah, Bronny. Jesus. That hurt me.
And we're like good at least 2 feet away from the computer. Yeah, see, there goes poor Pristine. I'm sorry, girl.
Brownie, you
let's see
apologize to
here.
her.
Sorry, Pristine.
Yeah, and there's someone else.
Spencer says I was going to post the Oscar Wilde version of I came here to have a good time and I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now, but it wouldn't fit. Brawny, could you find it and read it, please? I'm not sure what he's referring to.
When you said Oscar Wilde, all I could think of was Oscar Mayer. Wieners.
That's sad. That makes me sad.
I know the name, I just don't. I can't relate a face to a person.
Oscar Wilde is not so much a face as a infamy, I suppose.
But that be good that I don't have?
No, well, yeah, I suppose it's just, it's more of a reputation than a face. He's more of a author, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, and we're caught up on the
I mean, I can show you a picture, but I doubt you've ever seen him.
No, yeah. Oh, his hair I recognize.
Yeah, like that's probably one of the
I've
more
seen-
famous pictures of him.
That's hair I've seen before.
Yeah, like if you've ever been to a Barnes and Noble, I'm sure you've seen him depicted in paintings and such. They've got
His hair looks
his
like
hair's
somebody's.
beautiful. Yes.
His hair is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie, I think you want this hair. Imagine Brian knows hair.
hold it up to the camera so I can see.
You don't know what Oscar Wilde looks like? Shame.
Let's show him the picture.
Okay,
Ronnie.
this is probably the best one.
Ronnie, imagine you with this guy's hair.
No, that's pretty horrible.
It's like, I'd rather be bald.
It's a little long
no,
for my taste.
you see, but if I had that hair, if I had that hair, then I could do other things with it,
Like shave it off.
like
Which is what I
style it better than that.
It's kind of like what I do to poor Golden Fox. Like his hair is too long for my liking, so I always threaten that I'm going to shave it off one day. It's like one day we'll be at a con and we'll be sharing a room, and I'm just going to take a razor.
That dude looks like Severus Snape hit the buffet too hard.
I bet that's how you felt about Nikki V's hair for a while.
Yeah.
I actually watched him brush his hair once, and that was the one time I checked it. I looked at the way he brushed his hair, and I'm like, you stop, you're doing it wrong. And I took the brush, and I started from the bottom, like, do it like this, and then like this. This is why your hair isn't right. And that's the only thing I had a problem with, was how he brushed his hair. But then he cut his hair, and it didn't matter. And I'm like, well, you better remember the way I did it, so if you get long hair, you brush it right.
I bit my tongue when he grew out his hair, but I was very happy when he cut it. I was like, woohoo! I mean, oh, darn.
I remember Nikki V getting really annoyed with me because we were playing Prance, and apparently I'm not very good at shuffling cards, and he's a blackjack dealer. So I was shuffling the cards, and I look over at him, and there's a vein popping out of his head, and I was just like, "Would you like to shuffle the cards, Nikki?" And he's like, "Thank you," and he just starts going crazy
Magic hands,
with the
right?
cards.
I don't know how they do that.
I don't know how to do that either.
He freaking
Like, I know how to do the whole bridge thing, but then I don't do it because it bends the cards and I don't like it. I know if you do it backwards, then it kind of undoes it, but still.
yeah.
Like, I'd rather just...
He definitely rocked the Weird Al look with that hair.
Yes, he did.
Well, they got the plastic waterproof cards now, and those are really good against bending. So you could probably get more creative on the shuffle with those, and not have to worry about them as much.
Still would.
I'm just not gonna shuffle my cards. Sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Spencer says, "Remind me to never let Sweetie out of my sight or let her slip into my blind spots. I like my hair. Thank you very little." So Spencer has long hair,
Ah, yes. Probably a good idea.
like a
There's
curly
no-
man.
There's nowhere you can run, Emerald. There's
No,
nowhere.
I don't... I wouldn't chase someone down, except maybe Golden Fox. He'd be the only one. But, you know, it's like, it just bothers me.
I kind of just imagine with just like a straight face like this and just running like that. He's just like, ah!
Sadly, I wish this was filmed. It was actually a really funny time when we were at Disneyland. And there's something he would always say that would annoy me. I'm not going to say it because Brony will use it as ammunition. But he said it, and then he ran, and I ran after him. Now, the funny thing is, you don't expect someone of my size to run as fast as I do. So I caught that sucker, and I got him in a lock, and I gave him a good old noogie. Like, everyone's like, why didn't we film that?
This is
It was-
Golden Fox you did this to?
Yeah.
This is why
He
you're
doesn't
a
strike me
Pegasus.
as much of an athlete.
No, but if you have, I mean, if you think of someone of his build and someone of my build, you would probably, especially since he got a head start, you would expect that he would beat me. But I caught up to him real quick. I was like, and yoink!
That is a fair point, but consider this: more leg muscle,
Yes, and just in general, longer legs. Yeah.
stride,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which,
fueled
but-
by rage.
Fueled by rage,
Fueled by
exactly.
rage. Biggest
Well,
fan.
his was fueled by survival, though, so...
Well, the prey usually win.
Depends. It does entirely depend. Like, sometimes... Like, it's an interesting idea that, like, gazelle and cheetahs, for instance. Cheetahs are better sprinters, but actually, gazelle can go faster for longer.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that.
So, like, if the cheetah doesn't get close enough to the gazelle can't actually book it out of it.
If the gazelle gets that head start.
Yeah, exactly.
Decrease force. Okay.
Zara Aura came into the chat and said, "Hi, sweetie."
Hoi!
And then he says, "Happy Nightmare Night, everyone."
Happy Nightmare Nights. I literally forgot about that holiday until I saw BabsCon post. I'm like, oh yeah, pony things.
Nightmare Night, what a fright. Give us something sweet to bite. Holy frick, that was retarded.
Well, so is trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Yeah,
smell
trick or
my
treat.
feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pour down your underwear.
Where the frick did this come from?
You never had that
Have
as
you
a
not
kid?
had that one?
Maybe, but I don't remember.
Deprived childhood.
He definitely does.
Yeah.
I didn't have a childhood. I was grown in a vat, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You must have been.
I don't know who that is in all my parents' photos that are supposedly of me when I was young, but like, listen, my first memory, my memory starts fading in around 2002.
Uh-huh.
Also, he doesn't remember the day I was born.
How dare you, Brian? How dare you not remember the birthday of the woman you hadn't met until, like, 10 plus years later? How dare you?
Let's see here. Zero Aura says, "No, none of that. Shame on you."
I don't know what they're shaming us for, but I'm sure we deserve it.
No, yeah, definitely.
We have so much to be ashamed of. We're all bronies, first of all. That's like one of the worst things you could possibly. The only thing that's worse than a brony is a furry.
And we're basically halfway there.
We're basically furries. I mean, let's be fair.
We are not furries.
I
Sure.
enjoy.
You
I
say
partake.
that man who has a fluffy icon in all of his social media and refuses to go by his real name in any of them.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's the same freaking thing for every one of his profiles. Switch up your pictures once in a while. Jesus. So stale.
I don't think I will. That takes effort.
No, it doesn't. It literally takes you 2 clicks.
Plus, I like it. Okay, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have set it as my
And
picture.
thus, he's a furry. He likes the furry version of himself.
And you know, you partake in a bit of furry content.
This is not furry. This is a pony.
It's
They're
furry.
pretty furry.
How is this furry is supposed to have a humanoid shape?
You got a humanoid face. I mean, ponies, actual horses don't have eyes on
That,
them.
if you ever met
They have
somebody
tiny
with
snouts.
eyes that freaking big, you didn't meet a person. You met
That's
an
what-
owl
that's how
monkey.
furries
How
have different
furries are
eyes.
depicted, yeah.
I mean, I think you just gotta start accepting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way it's gonna stop.
No.
Decrease 4.
Oriental's clock says, "Ew, furry." Yes, he's got the right idea.
Mm-hmm.
How's our crochet progress coming along?
I assume good.
She's counting. Don't bother her.
I think I did it. Let me count my stitches. Oh no, I have way more to go.
Okay, so Spencer says, "Gomen, shitori shimasu ga shindeku dasai." So I'm trying to remember and see if I can figure this
Shinderu
out. So
dasai
gomen is typically an apology.
No, not shinderu. Shinderu means die.
Komenasai is apology.
Gomen, yeah, it's like something like, I'm
Gomenasai.
sorry, I'm gonna have
That's
to
what
kill you or something.
that's what I said. Gomen is typically an apology.
Yeah, gomen.
Shitsurimasu ga shindeku
Alright, let me
dasai.
actually look at this. Gomen, shitsure shimasu ga shindeku dasai.
Okay, so
Not sure.
so
I like the Begorn. As someone said,
So
Megan
he's
said,
a-
so I have a friend who's a furry and I don't care. Yeah,
I've got a
right.
lot of furry friends.
All our friends on Twitter are furries.
Whenever I see like furry content on my Twitter feed, I'm like, okay, there's a handful of people who's responsible for this. Who is it? Oh, Dusty Cat. There it is.
Yeah, he's a furry too. I
Yeah,
forgot.
there's Dusty. There's a few friends I don't think you guys know, but I'm like, all right, it's like 3 people that are responsible for this furry trash showing up on my Twitter feed. Aha, that's who it is.
Basically, it is your fault for.
It's my fault for being friends with
It's
them. I
totally
mean,
your
and it's fine as long as it's not pornography, and they're usually pretty good at not putting pornography
Oh
on
my
stuff.
god, I have non-stop, like, I follow people, and I'm like, you know what, you guys do what you do, and then, but then they favorite and retweet a lot of porn, and I'm just like, can you chill?
Yeah, can you not?
Stop being horny on Maine. Now I have all
Right?
this porn. Actually, that's
They're,
pretty
they're not allowed. They're not allowed on Tumblr anymore.
Well,
they're not allowed on
that's
DeviantArt
true.
anymore. So
Well,
they,
yeah,
DeviantArt has porn.
DeviantArt still has porn, but like the thing is, like I'm used to, you know, again, like Heather said, you know, you do you, just I don't need to see it, you know. And I remember one time, like someone like, hey, I'm gonna make a not safe for work account. I'm like, oh, thank God, I'll just not follow that account, and I won't need to see it. Except that then she kept on liking and retweeting her own stuff from her not safe for work account, and I'm like, that defeats the purpose, because it still comes up on my feed. You know, and I actually made a rant about it, like I was like, I'm not gonna name names, but I'm sick and tired of people liking and retweeting pornography when they're pretending their account is safe for work. And then miraculously it stopped. It's like, yay, passive aggressivism wins.
Nah, freaking like Lennon Black. I will name names because he knows he's horny on Maine. He knows he's horny on Maine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm always seeing his porn, and I'm like, man, I know more about you than I should. We don't talk that much. I feel like we're closer though as a unit because I know.
Mm-hmm.
Then I
Emil
get the ones that are
Spencer
just a
says,
bit too saucy. Now, I feel like I can't check Twitter at work, but now that I have my dual screen, I can be like this. So if I accidentally skip past some porn, no questions.
Yeah, there are some. Luckily, usually how they're cropped, it doesn't. But I can tell from the look of it. I'm like, I'm not gonna open up that picture.
Oh,
I'm not
dude.
gonna open up that picture.
It doesn't work for me sometimes like that. I'll be like, oh, this looks like just a kind of saucy picture of Amy from Sonic, and then it just like you showed up and she's up her dress, like yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, it's Amy, stop.
No, see, I don't risk that at work. I'm like, I'm not gonna check whether or not that gets saucy in the second half of
You
that
ever
picture. I'm like, mm-mm.
You ever just scroll and then suddenly your fingers on somebody's private parts and you're like, I didn't mean to touch you. Ew. Oh, it's all wet. I can feel it on my finger even though it's not real.
all right. So moving on. Emil Spencer translated for himself, and said, "Excuse me, could you please rest in peace or R.I.P.
Thank
or did
you.
maybe
I
it's
knew it
just
had something
died."
to do with death. I was like,
Yeah.
there's a death in there.
Yeah, I was. I roughly the same, right? Like I saw the word death. I could tell he was asking, and I could tell he was saying sorry or trying to pardon himself. Couldn't nail it though. I need to relearn that language. I'm kind of upset that I lost it.
I never properly learned. I know weeaboo.
I know weeb.
Yeah, I know weeb.
I
That's
know
all
how to say arigato desu.
Oh dear lord.
There was
I'm
a time
better
in my
than that.
life. There was a
I
time
did
in my
too,
life
Because that
when
doesn't
I had
even make
too
any
much.
sense. You just said, I am, thank you.
Nani?
There was a time in my life when I had too much exposure to
Stop.
the Japanese language,
Andrew,
and
stop
I
running.
could understand it, but I can't do that anymore.
Mhm.
If it's a second language, you don't use it, you lose it.
Baka senpai desu.
No, that makes no sense. Except that you're
And then
saying you yourself are the idiot upperclassman.
And then I got in a
Doesn't make
fight
any
with
sense in
Kiki.
that context.
Yeah. I did do it on Duolingo for a bit, but none of it stuck. Obviously, stuck.
It's because I watch subs all the time, so phrases get caught in my head.
Oh jeez, and then I got in a fight with Kichi, who I didn't know speaks fluent Japanese, and that was humiliating.
Oro?
I'll let that one pass.
I knew you would.
For the sake of Kenshin, I'll let that one pass.
I remember that because that was kind of cute.
That was adorable.
I like the live action him going like, Oro.
Oro? Yeah, very cute.
Those live action movies were really good.
I liked it.
Yep.
I'm borderline. There were parts I didn't like. I don't even remember what I didn't like
Yeah,
about it. I just do remember having a
think-
visceral response to things.
I did hear reviews about it, and that they kind of skimmed over a lot of
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
and a lot
yeah.
of characters.
They very much basically shrunk the whole thing down. But there was one thing in
the
particular.
female ninja who
There
stole
were
his
there were
sword
two
and had
things
issues
I
with.
remember that you really hated,
And
and
you
that
hated
they had oh god, I can't remember.
Oh,
remember
that's
anyone's name.
right. They had no character development for the leader of the Oni Waban group.
Yeah.
That was what
Right.
I was pissed off about.
Yeah, and they had his fight with Kenshin way early in the first movie, and then the Oni Waban group condensed like 4 of the characters into the one dude with the Phantom of the Opera mask that he took off at the earliest possible moment.
Yes.
I actually liked him.
Yes, no, that's right. It was their terrible treatment of the Oni Waban group that got me pissed off. That's right.
Yep.
No matter what culture
Spencer
you're in,
says
you're never gonna, like, have, live-action remakes of it.
Yamate-Kuda, stop.
What?
Spencer says Yamate-Kuda, stop.
Bro, he's talking to me.
He's like halfway through saying
Yeah.
please stop, but then
Please
he just
stop,
says
and then
stop.
just goes to English, yeah.
Because otherwise it would be Yamate-Kudasai.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, Yamete
Kyofu
Kudasai would
should
basically mean
have.
please stop. Yamero is a more casual, like, knock it the fuck off.
No!
Stop it.
I love just
Although
screaming
I
in my weak
I
language.
still enjoy from time to time. I'll walk around like if somebody does something, I might tell them Kyofu Shudate Aru.
Uh-huh.
I will teach you the meaning of fear.
I do every once in a while catch myself, like, mumbling to myself in Japanese, which I like when I
So
catch
weird.
myself doing it, I'm like, man, I must seem like a weirdo to anyone who's over here.
You are totally weird.
Like, because I will be super like, nani? Like, I like actually like whisper in Japanese to myself, like, you know, oro, nani? You know, and all that type of stuff. And
Sweetie's at work.
and stuff like that.
Something crazy happens. She goes. Nani the actual fuck.
And then I just help him go, Oro, desu?
Let's see here.
I'm just gonna say
says,
desu. Oh,
Spencer
no,
says I
no,
need to.
just
Spencer
desu.
says I need to learn Japanese so I can watch
You know what's funny? You
more
would hate
Mind
Sergeant
Poison
Frog.
on
You ever
YouTube.
Oh no, I know, because that's what everyone would quote when they go desu every 3 goddamn
Yeah, because
seconds.
it's the cute little
It
frog.
would piss
At
me
the-
off!
At the end of, like, the cute frog, every time he talked, at the end of every sentence, he would say, desu!
Which makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, he would say,
And emphasis on the U too, like desu. It wasn't like, because typically like desu means it's just like, for instance, like if you were to say that's a tree, you would basically say tree des. Like that, like you're saying, you know, that is, I am, whatever. You're basically it's is. Of the thing that you're referring to. So throwing it at the end of random sentences and then emphasizing the U when it should basically just be this. Like the U is very underpronounced most of the time. It's just
I don't get it either. What are you turning into knife?
Yes.
Knife, get in here!
I took off her cloak. The poor thing was struggling. That's part of why I was holding her, because I'm like, it's okay if I just hold you close, then you won't mess up your cape and then trip over it. And then when she walked off, her cape flipped around and she was tripping over it. I'm like, honey, come back! We'll take it off, we'll take it off!
Oh,
So
you
cute.
won't torture that freaking cat.
I love
I
her.
know.
I
We're
love her.
terrible people.
I feel bad because she wanted to get on my lap earlier, but my nails were dry. And I'm like, no, you can't get on my lap right now. She always wants to get on my lap when I'm sitting and not paying attention to her. Or
Yeah.
like when I'm eating breakfast. She goes like, hey, let me up there. I'm like, I'm eating!
Meow, meow,
That's what it sounds like.
meow,
Basically.
meow, meow,
My
meow.
coworker,
Fucking
the
hate that
human
cat.
resource lady, just decided to show me pictures of her cat for no reason.
Oh,
And
why not?
She has a big black cat though. And she's as fat as Big Mac.
Oh.
Or he. And I'm like, how did you get your cat that fat? She's like, I don't know, we just got him and then he got big. And I'm like, you're feeding
You're
him too
feeding
much.
him a little too much. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we had a fat cat growing up, but we, to be fair, I don't think we were feeding him too much, so much as he was a part indoor-outdoor cat. So I suspect that he had other families and other food sources that he got. Like, so we were feeding him the adequate amount, and then he'd be like, okay, bite, I'm off to kill some rats and fill up my belly. He got all fat.
Yeah, she can't even stay in shape by hook to.
Yeah, I know, right?
Bigorna says, Honda, Kabuki, Desu, Kaioken, Naruto, Yakuza, Yamaha.
Okay, you just threw in everything you ever heard.
They have like 90% of that is names.
You forgot tempura, you freaking casual.
Tempura's a food. I like food.
Pristine wants to know,
Oh
has
my
anyone seen the
God.
Halloween tree?
What?
Oh my god.
What happened?
My sister got my dad involved in her family cosplay for the day, and I can't get over it.
Show it.
Aw, that's cute.
What the frick? My dad doesn't even know who Mario is.
Your dad's kind of a nerd. Why doesn't he?
No, because he never allowed us to play video games growing up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, honestly, I'm looking at this picture and Aiden is the only one. Aiden and maybe Jason are the only ones who understand these characters. But that's freaking adorable.
Pristine wants to know, has anyone ever seen Halloween Tree?
Halloween Tree.
No.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
Spencer says, Hablo un poquito español, pero mi español está horrible.
Horrible. See,
You know what was funny and kind of sad? Was, you know that movie Monster House?
yeah, yes.
It was
I
like
heard about it.
and I've heard before people say like, wow, horror movie for kids. But seriously, my nephew Logan, he was afraid of that movie.
It's a scary movie if you watch it.
Yeah, but but what was sad though was that when he was being bad, my older sister, who was his mother, would just be like, "You gotta stop that right now." And he's like, "No." And it's like, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna put on Monster House." And he goes like, "No."
Lord.
It's kind of messed up,
That's
but
a
it's
little
really
messed up.
funny.
I'd say it's messed up, but that's how you raise kids. You just gotta traumatize them. It's fine.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Bigorna says, Como falante de portugués entiendo todas
Entiendo.
las lenguas latina excepto romano.
Yeah, entiendo, I believe, is what you were trying to pronounce. Which means
I
understand.
believe that I have a horrible accent. That's what
That is also true.
See, man.
But given the fact that he was speaking Portuguese, I think, according to what he was saying, I was surprised how much I could follow that. But then Portuguese and Spanish are pretty close.
The Spain and Portugal. Up
Yeah,
each
that was
other's butts.
weird. When I was doing capoeira, there was a lot of people of Latin descent in there, a lot of Spanish speakers and some Portuguese speakers in there, and they could talk to each other in their own languages and understand each other, but they couldn't speak each other's languages, which I thought was very interesting.
Well, sometimes I swear I can listen to a conversation in German and pick up a lot of it because there's a lot of cognates between English and German. So I can more or less pick up what they're saying. I don't know about holding a whole conversation. But one should keep in mind that there are limits to that, and I say that because my mom got into trouble that way. Because we were in Italy, and
boy.
it was, I'm sure you've heard this story before.
I have.
Yes. But it was my time of the month, so we go to a pharmacy, and I'm trying to figure out what these Latin words mean, trying to figure, I'm looking at one, I'm like, well, it's pink, and it's got a woman on it. That could be what I'm looking for, but it could also be birth control. So my mom goes up to the shopkeeper and starts talking to her in Spanish, and the poor woman is trying really hard to communicate with my mother, and they're sort of getting by, but eventually I just go, do you speak English? And she goes, yes! Just yes, I speak English.
A lot of people in different countries speak English.
Yes!
If you ask.
She's like, yes, I speak English.
Or at least know how to ask in their language, te hablas inglés.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
they'll be like, oh, sí, yeah.
See,
what do
I
you
can
mean?
speak English. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but my mom's like, well, Spanish is closer to Italian. I'm like, German is closer to English, and that doesn't mean we know how to speak it, Mom.
I hated one time my friend said, and it was about Japan, that she goes I heard, a friend of mine told me that you don't even have to speak Japanese to come to Japan. Most people just already know it, so you just gotta ask them. I'm like, it's kind of rude to go to someone else's country. I read somewhere that they find it very rude that you go over there expecting them to speak that language. She goes well, I trust my friend. I'm like, I don't.
I don't think you should expect, especially the lay person. I don't think you should expect to speak your language. You can ask. You can be like, do you know? Or if someone talks to you, you could be like, "Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasen." But it's kind of rude to ask the lay person, like, "Oh, you speak English, right?" But if you're in like a tourist location
Like you might be able to be like,
and you go
some
like to
things.
the information desk, then you can be like, "Do you have anyone who speaks English?" And that's a little less rude
And
because
at least come with like a dictionary and knowing like what questions you need to ask, like know where to ask for directions, know how to ask for what you want to eat, know how to
Right.
ask for the bathroom. That's very important.
right.
I always think that I might not retain a lot of my Spanish, but I know how to still ask questions, and I can actually order food in Spanish,
Mhm.
so I know what I need to know
Right.
if I ever were to get lost in a Spanish-speaking community for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, being in Spain and Mexico weren't that bad, but I've also been to like France and Germany and
Yeah, and I bet you can't speak every single
hell
one of
no.
those languages.
I made a point though when I went to those countries to learn how to say I don't speak your language. You know, I knew how to say je ne parle pas français. I knew how to say ich spreche nicht Deutsch. You know, I learned how to say I can you no. But as far as anything else, usually I won't say I expected, but like if I go to a hotel, then is someone here speak English? Yes, okay, and then stuff like that. Or I'm with someone, when I went to Germany, I'd be with someone who spoke German, and I'm like, please talk to this person. Or same with France, it was one time I was having a meal with a couple of my friends, and it was funny the breakdown of how much French we knew. Because one of my friends goes and has a conversation with the waiter, like she's asking him specifically about this particular dish and asking him details. And then my other friend just sort of says the name of the thing that she wants, and I just hold up the menu and point.
Different levels of understanding.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not even gonna try to butcher your language to pronounce this. That what I want.
I remember this one time when we were 13. We went to Disney, and we're walking around Epcot, and we decided to get dinner at one of the Italian restaurants out there at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, my mother starts placing everybody's orders in Italian, like speaking fluent Italian with this waiter, and I had no idea she could do that.
Wow.
Yeah, never heard her speak Italian before or since.
She was
Now
showing
I
off.
hear not like and then we've got our opera singer friend. We're friends with a guy who like tours, he makes a living touring Europe, singing opera, and him and Nona speak in Italian to each other all the time, which I think is awesome. Let's see here. So Syndicate wants to know if we enjoyed Luna Eclipsed.
Yeah.
Of course.
That was the one.
It was a hilarious episode.
I think the only thing I didn't like about it, because I identified with Luna for a good chunk of the episode, the idea of creating something for yourself out of guilt, to sort of torture yourself. I got that. The part
That's
Oh,
That's
do
not
Princess's
Luna
Dream of
Eclipse.
Oh
Magic
yeah,
Sheep.
which was Luna Eclipse is the one where Luna first gets
Yeah.
her. Never mind then. I love that episode. Nothing wrong with that episode. Love that
Yeah.
one. I got the wrong Luna episode. My apologies. Yes, no, I have. The only thing was that when Luna showed up, I went, "What the frick?" Because of course her design changed, and they had no explanation about why her design changed. They're just like, "This is Luna now," and I'm like,
She got all
"Okay."
Well, how could you be scared of the last version?
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. It's like, oh, she's scary now. I'm like, yeah, what happened? It's like, is no one gonna point that out? That she was freaking adorable last time we saw
that we
her?
never saw again.
Oh, the first design? Yeah.
Yeah, we
They-
saw it in one episode.
They
No,
made...
the Bat Ponies.
Huh? Oh, the
The
Bat
Bat
Ponies.
Ponies.
No, we
Yeah, we
saw
never-
them. We saw them later, I think.
That
Much
might-
later seasons ago. Not like any time in the first few seasons, but I feel like for instance, the one where they were time traveling. Weren't there a crap ton of Bat Ponies
Yeah, that's
in
right.
Nightmare Moon's Kingdom and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think did freaking Rainbow Dash have?
I think
bat
that
wings?
I think
She
Rainbow
did, but I
Dash
think-
had her wings changed, but other than that, no.
But the other guards, I mean, not Rainbow Dash. There were other guards there, and I'm pretty sure they were Bat Ponies. I think.
I don't
yeah,
remember.
I'm having a hard time remembering. I feel like I've seen more once, but then again, I have them over there.
That works.
Spencer is quoting Monster House. He goes, so that's the uvula. So it's a girl house.
Oh yeah.
That kid ended up being right though.
Yes, but
Not-
it doesn't have to do with the uvula.
No, he just pronounced it a little wrong.
No, he's just retarded.
Oh, children.
Oh yeah.
Should I make some more attempts at speaking Spanish? Because the chat is.
Y'all
Speaking
gotta
Spanish.
stop. Y'all gotta stop.
Let's see here. Megan says, is anybody ready for 2021 already?
Yes.
I want to see
Oh my
the
God.
movie trailers and new games.
I don't think 2021 is going to magically change everything, but I still would rather it come sooner than later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean, we lost Sean Connery today. Who knows what the rest of the year is
I
going to
heard
bring.
about that
It's like the first thing I saw when I woke up. I was like, motherfucker,
on Halloween.
right? I mean, he was 90. It's not like he was a spring chicken, but still.
Still,
Yeah,
he is
so,
fine.
so, sweetie, did that news shake or stir you?
Ha ha, ba-dum.
No.
I'm glad you can
Victory
make
Fire
I'm
says
glad you can make a
hello.
joke out of death, Bronny. We'll have the same respect when you go.
Yep, I wouldn't expect anything less. Let's see here. Victory Fire says hello, and that Heather has a lovely costume on.
Thank you.
Megan wants to know if anybody's checked out Belle in Wonderworld.
I don't even know what that is.
Was that one special with the? No, that was different.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Like Beauty and the Beast had a holiday special that they made for no reason that had.
Well, they had that. That was Belle's Enchanted Christmas. I don't
Oh,
think
that's-
that's what
okay,
she's
that's
talking
something
about.
different.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different.
I don't know.
I felt bad. Like, there was a time where my VCR ate our copy of Beauty and the Beast, and I was pissed off. And then my dad came back from the grocery store all victorious because he found Beauty and the Beast, and he hands it to me, and it's Belle's Enchanted Christmas. And I appreciate the effort, Dad, but
That's not.
it's not the right movie. And I felt bad because this is the day of the Vault, right? This was back in the days of the Vault, so he couldn't have found Beauty and the Beast in stores. You know, so he's like, I found Beauty and the Beast. I'm like, what? I didn't hear that they released it from the Vault. And then he shows it to me. I'm like, oh,
You poor boy.
I'm sorry. Thank you for the thought.
Didn't it have like Tim Curry in it or something?
Yes, Tim
Really?
Curry is in Oregon.
At least there's that.
Bigorna says Italian is also pretty close to Portuguese and Spanish. That's how a lot of Italian immigrants came to South America, especially to Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Romantic languages are pretty similar, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Germanic languages are pretty similar.
Is that just what we call them, romantic languages?
Romantic languages, yeah, are there like Spanish, Italian, Portuguese?
I guess those are all pretty freaking
Yeah.
romantic.
Clayton says, rest in peace, James Bond, and says that my joke was in terrible taste.
It kind
It
of
was.
was. Yeah. Might want to wait.
Yeah, there's very much a too soon aspect. He's not even cold for 24 hours, Bronny, chill.
Megan McGonigal says, Belle in Wonderworld is a Square Enix game from the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog and Knights.
Then no. That
Yeah, I've
brings it
never
to a
heard
definite
without
no.
it.
And I'm actually looking now, it's Belle in Wonderland, so it's not Belle in Wonderland, which is what it sounded like Bronny was saying.
Okay, so you totally threw us.
Yeah, that's why we're like, something about Beauty and the Beast, what?
Nope, I said Belle and I just have an accent.
You for
just,
what?
You just did not emphasize properly.
Let's just be honest. Bronny doesn't know how to talk.
Don't make me sick Thanos on you.
See, there he goes again. Bronny, how do you pronounce horror?
Horror.
Okay, he says that right. Thank God. I was hearing how different people pronounce horror.
Like horror?
Like horror or like some
Horror.
Horror. Yeah, it's
Yes.
not. They're not horrors.
Some people just flat out drop
They just
the
say
second
they
syllable.
just
It's
they
like
just
the
say
whore.
it's whore.
yeah. To be fair.
I'm gonna have to go through the rest of my life finding other words that he can't say right, and it's gonna piss me off because he won't admit that he's saying it wrong. He thinks he's fucking right about everything.
I'm sorry. Like,
Clayton
It's your
says, hey
fault.
It
Brian,
is
what's
my
the
fault.
opposite of Christopher Walken? Christopher Reeves.
okay. I thought it was gonna be Christopher Lame.
Nah,
Christopher
we're
Run.
working with names here.
Do you not understand my pun? I know you do. You laughed at it.
I understood it.
Oh, you didn't.
Okay.
I just didn't think it's as good as Christopher Reeves.
But Christopher Reeves isn't a play on words, is my point.
Yeah, Bronny. You're getting a little slow on the uptake, my friend.
Nah, I just chose to ignore it.
Uh-huh.
Sure, Bronny. Sure. He never wants to admit it.
I'm getting sick of you girls gaslighting me. So do you two.
You're getting tired of you guys gaslighting me.
I didn't sign up for this toxic relationship.
Yes, you did.
You totally signed up. You signed the contract in your blood.
Y'all are
with your fingerprint.
hurting my feminism.
Your minimism.
Uh-huh.
That's not even a word.
I think it is. I think somebody coined that crap.
I don't.
You gotta believe that.
It's like, look, I'm sure someone did, but I'm
someone
like,
did.
Yeah.
I've seen that in print, minimism, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's not right.
Ideally, a feminist should be an anti-sexist. Now, that doesn't always happen, but that's the ideal.
Oh my god.
And they should be anti-sexist in both directions.
Clayton says, Brawny, they don't understand the reference, and I'll bet you with 100% Sweetie gets the reference.
I do. I'm just making a point of not getting it.
So when you do it, it's okay.
There you go.
Basically.
I'm getting sick and tired of this flagrant racism.
Oh, you know it's not racism.
Nah.
You're only doing it because I'm Native American.
Okay, look, if anything, I hate to pull this card, but I am the quarter Native American in this group. And
Okay,
I can
Elizabeth
confirm that
Warren.
with a text from my mom. Because, oh my god, because, like, I don't know, I was thinking about my grandparents one day, and I was asking my mom out of nowhere, hey, Mom, what's our grandma's maiden name? What was Grandpa's full name? And she goes, like, honey, I don't know who's asking you these questions, but you shouldn't give people this information. I'm like, Mom, I'm asking. I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, she goes, oh, well, his name was Coca, and her name was Gallego. And it's like, and this was grandfather's genealogy to here, and this was your grandmother's genealogy to here, which is stuff I hadn't really heard in great detail about, so it was interesting to hear. But yeah, on my grandpa's side, someone was Native American. I think she even told me, like, it was like Hickory or Apache was our tribe or something. But I'm just saying, I'm not even gonna claim that I'm Native American, but I'm more Native American than you.
There was a myth in our family that way back in the lineage, somebody mixed with a member of the Micmac tribe. But we're pretty sure that's bullshit at this point. Like, it was a thing we like to cling to, you know, because we're like, God damn it, we're white, you know, we're so goddamn Irish that we want to have at least some sort of mixed race, but no.
Oh yeah, there was some stuff going on in my blood I didn't know about. Like, my dad's side, I knew because I had to do a heritage report about it. Because I apparently had a great-great-grandmother from Russia who, around the World War II time, was like, I need to get the fuck out of Russia.
Yeah.
She went through Germany and all these other places.
Ooh, bad place to start.
Russia's here and Germany's over there. She had to get some places.
Very true.
She had to run through a lot of places. So that was my great-grandma Philippa.
No, she's really good at swimming.
She was great at swimming. She eventually got to America where she married an Irish immigrant.
Nice.
And so that's where my great-grandparents, then my dad's parents came, and then him. And then on my mom's side, I'm learning my grandpa, I don't know where the genealogy's a little spotty there, but my grandpa came along, mostly Spaniard, some of that Native American stuff. My grandma, well, there's a lot of questionable stuff going on with my grandma, but she was raised in Texas, but someone came from Mexico. I don't know if I've shown you pictures, but I have pictures. Hold on. Let me show you. Okay. And don't say anything about me being on my phone. This is for family history purposes.
The Gordon says, I personally think that English people have the worst English accents in the world.
I mean, sure.
What?
That doesn't make much sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, and it doesn't, because in, like,
Yeah,
just
she's
the
very tan. Look at me.
English area and the British Isles, there's like 8 different types of accents.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, that's true in America, too.
Right.
I took a whole bunch of pictures of my grandma.
Well, at least America tries to put some space in between the accents.
No,
if
they
you're-
don't. You know how many different... I mean, you lived in New York. How many different accents are there between districts in New York?
No one can talk right. You're all horrible at what
not
you do.
any to my knowledge. I mean,
There
like,
is a difference between, like, a Brooklyn accent and an accent from, like, the upstate New York and things like that. And then there's the Bostonian accent and stuff like that. Things that I consider to be right in the same ballpark of each other, but they're all very different accents. Then you go to the South. And while to those who don't live in the South, they all kind of sound the same, to those who live closer to the South, there's a huge difference between a Georgian accent, and a Floridian accent, and a Louisiana accent, and an Alabama accent, and oh, it's so cute.
Now my grandpa, a bit paler. She's
He,
definitely
Now,
He looks like
there,
my grandfather a
there
little bit. Only
can
skinnier,
definitely
more
be a
skinnier.
difference between a
My grandma.
Floridian accent, a Louisiana accent, and a Georgia accent, but a Georgia accent and an Alabama accent are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, okay, fine. I was just throwing states out there. But
Right.
but that's my point. Like in my head, they're pretty darn close together.
But I'm pretty sure,
Oh, this is 100%
and maybe I'm
me
wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not well versed on the geology here or the
Genealogy, geology, something.
No,
no,
he
no,
means-
no,
he
no,
means
not.
he means
I mean
geography.
the actual physical
Oh.
distance
Geography.
is that Scotland and Ireland and Wales are closer to each other than New York is to Boston,
No.
or the south is to the north. You know, kind
The
of.
south is to the north, yes, but not New York and Boston. Basically, only England, one of the islands is more or less the size of California. Scotland is the very northern tip of it, and would be basically anything from San Francisco up. If you were to think of California, and now remember, it takes 24 hours to go up and down that state, right? This isn't the east where it takes an hour to go from New York to Massachusetts. Now, Wales is on the western end of the island. So that is very close to the rest of England, but it is not very close to Scotland, because Scotland is far more north than Wales is. Ireland is its own goddamn island. Ireland has an entire channel between it and the rest of the countries. And even in Ireland, of course, they have their own districts as well. And I don't think there's a state that's around the same size as Ireland. Not off the top of my head. I'd probably have to look at a map of the United States to try to find one that's about the same size as Ireland.
Mm.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
my needles.
Vigorna says, "I am dressed as Hulk Hogan. I am the real American here, brother."
Okay.
Seems legit.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
And
go for it.
Clayton immediately responds, "Isn't Hulk Hogan a racist?"
That's
I
America.
don't know.
Basically.
Everyone's a little bit racist. It's true, but everyone is just about as racist as you.
Nice.
Look
The
around
internet
and
is for
you will
porn.
find no one's really
Oh my god,
colorblind.
that's still so true. I was
Maybe
just thinking about
it's
the
a
Twitter
fact
conversation.
we all should face. Everyone makes judgments based on race.
Aye.
Can't believe I remember that freaking song.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much you know of it, man.
I knew the whole thing at one point in time. I definitely can't remember all the songs now, so thank God, because like looking back on it, that place sucks.
It's fine.
Yeah, there were parts that made me uncomfortable, but then at the same time I went in there knowing that was like, this is gonna be uncomfortable for me. Oh look, there's an uncomfortable part. Cool.
You can be as loud as the hell you want.
Well, I mean, it's the case for me in a lot of musicals. The part I don't like the most is the part where the characters have sex.
Yeah, okay, I can get that.
It's like, alright, fun times.
It's like, I'm just gonna...
Yeah. Like, I don't mind that the characters are having sex. I'd just rather not there be a song about it.
You ever listen to songs about sex and just be like,
Well, yeah, like, again, the one in... Or do you mean, like, generally on the radio?
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm not a fan of those
let's
either.
make love, or
Ones that are purely carnal, yeah.
It's over. I'm like, that doesn't sound right, man.
The
I'm
funny-
uncomfortable.
The funny thing is, like, there was a song I really liked as a kid, and then I grew up and learned the implications, and I was like, oh dear God.
What song was that?
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do
I
on
love
the
that
Discovery
song.
Channel. I loved it when I was a kid, and then I learned it was about sex,
They
and I
literally
became
said
traumatized.
sex in it. Like when they get to the talking parts. Sex is I just remember the beat.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's not like I was paying attention to much of the lyrics. I mean, I didn't pay attention
Did
to
your
the lyrics of
parents
many
just,
songs.
did your parents just let you listen to that and
Yeah.
they're just like, okay.
Yeah, not only that, they encouraged it. Like, my sister encouraged it. Like, there was a point where my sister, like, was like, oh, look, it's one of your favorite songs from when you were a kid. And she turned up the volume and like, ah, Miriam. The other
So
children
the
are
talk
here.
of musicals and music has summoned Brandon.
Ah, hello, Brendan.
What's up?
We're talking about musicals that have songs about sex. Like Avenue Q
the-
and Rent and Hamilton and Wicked and
Oh yeah,
things
say
like
no
that.
to this.
Say no to this.
You could have said no to that,
Yep.
my young man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Tumblr post where people were slut shaming Alexander Hamilton?
Oh, they
before
should
Hamilton?
have though.
It was
Like
totally funny though.
he was an absolute slut. Like don't.
Biggest slut.
Yeah, they very much played him better in the play than he was in reality. He was the biggest of sluts in reality.
Alrighty then.
Oh my
So
Um,
yeah.
yeah, no, it wasn't musicals that brought me here. I would have been here much earlier, but it took much longer than I wanted it to. Stopped to get food. My mom and the house guests were watching BBC's Dracula. I sat in for an episode, and it's pretty good. I'm gonna continue watching it. And now I'm here.
Sweet.
Alrighty then.
Welcome.
Clayton, what's up, Brandon?
Oh no, I was gonna ask. Ignoring the mask with the picture I sent you, do I look good in a suit, Bronny? Do you think?
Oh, you want to see a picture of him? In a
You
suit?
would
Random
if
alert?
you wore it properly.
Well, yeah, and I'm supposed to tuck this shirt in, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Also, he's supposed to be a bank robber.
Yeah, that too.
What bank robber tucks in their shirt, Ronnie? Honestly.
You should show Sweetie that picture. I wonder what she'd think.
Hold on one sec.
I think she's supposed to
I
be
will
a-
show her your picture, Brandon.
Go ahead and read the comment, Bronny.
Yeah, what comment? Where?
Oh yeah.
You
I
were
keep forgetting.
Clayton comment.
Yeah, that's right. Clayton says, Heather, say that we're sweethearts again.
We're sweethearts again? Is that a song? Or...
Yeah, he put it in quotes, so I'm assuming it's a song, but I don't know what it is.
I don't
Big
know
Gordon
the
says,
song.
yeah, what you know about night, midnight sun?
Oh,
Good
that
welcome,
one.
Phillies and gentle colts. There's no reason to scream. Your favorite princess is back. She's walking up
He
on the...
needs to tuck in his shirt and
There we
button
go.
up his shirt.
Bank robber. He can't do that.
There's no reason to fret. She's not a nightmare no more, so buckle down and get set. She's coming
Yeah.
gracing her subject. She ain't leaving no choice. She's gonna blow you all back with her equestrian voice.
Oh,
To
so
cover
Brandon,
all of your fears and so away all your frights and lure the princess back to bring the nightmare nights.
Tonight.
She's living in the past, so you won't last without the proper care. With a royal farewell and an animate spell, you won't have long to prepare.
so Brandon, overall everyone says you look nice, but Sweetie and Brownie are being big sticklers for the tuck in your shirt, young
I
man.
know I'm supposed to tuck my shirt in. Plus,
I'm
my
sorry.
other mistake was I wore white socks with black dress shoes. I was somewhat in a rush. I didn't care that much. I was a
didn't even
bank
know that
robber.
sucks. He's a bank robber, guys. God.
If he could afford black socks, he wouldn't have to rob a bank.
I do have black socks. Just such a
I
pain in
didn't
the
mind
ass
the
to
socks because I
unravel
didn't notice them.
and
It was the
put
shirt.
on. It's just,
You know what's remind me of that episode?
I didn't have time for that.
in,
I had to work.
That 70s show where like Eric like streaks in front of the president. And like at the end, Red's like, also next time don't wear black socks. It makes you look like an ass.
so,
Yeah, I
what
remember
did
that
I,
episode.
what did I
What-
miss through the entire stream?
We've been speaking in other languages. We've been. I made a really bad joke about
Yeah, let's
about what's his face?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, the greatest man who ever lived.
Greatest Scotsman, anyway.
Hush, Brad.
There's no true Scotsman.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Clayton wants to know: did anybody hear about the Billie Eilish controversy?
Billie Eilish? I didn't hear about it. I'm not really
no.
up on the mainstream.
Billie
pop
Eilish
scene.
controversy.
I'm not up on that scene. I only
No,
know
Phil-
her one song.
Philly
Bad Guy.
Eolish.
The horrible singer controversy.
I don't know. Bad Guy was good.
Bad Guy was fine for the most part. It
I-
kind of gets lamer towards the end, but it's fine for the most part.
You know,
I
I
guess.
don't know any of her other songs, so I could not say.
I liked Bad Guy back when it was a Wander Over Yonder song.
Yeah, that confused the crap out of me.
Yeah, they came out right about the same time too.
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Like, there
You,
was a
you ever
song-
watch the show Wander Over Yonder?
No, but I've heard of it.
Yeah,
It's not that great, but there's there's a villain in there called Lord Dominator, and she's got this musical number that's actually really good, and it's called "I'm the Bad Guy."
He goes, I'm not the damsel in distress. I'm not your girlfriend or the frightened princess. I'm not a little bird that needs your help to fly. Nope, I'm the bad guy. Ring any bells? People were playing that thing on loop for a while.
Yep. Let's see here. So Clayton says, apparently people think they have the right to shame an 18-year-old for wearing what she wants.
Ugh. Well, whatever.
Bigorna says, the greatest man who ever lived is M.A. Larson, and he might be onto something.
Hey, sweetie, did I have another straw for this?
No, I'll have to get you one.
We cut that straw in
Obviously,
half.
the greatest
Yeah,
person
but I
ever
think we
lived
used the
is
other
Simon
half for
Strickland.
Twilight.
Did we?
I think we did.
Oh, that would make
He
sense. Okay, so
created the
we
soundtrack for
finished the
Payday
body. Oh.
and voiced the cloaker.
Let's see
Alrighty
how this
then.
makes sense. It does not make very much sense.
You know what I think?
Well,
Don't ask me
No,
why!
It's beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's find out what these two girls were laughing at. What's going on over there?
We're putting
Oh.
the head and body together.
Okay, so the top part is the big part's the body, right?
Nope,
Right?
no. Honey, you know me. I followed these instructions to a T. This is just what happens. Freaking My Little Pony Crochet is off its freaking ass.
It looks like a Little Big Planet character on steroids.
Oh, I love Little Big
Mhm.
Planet.
I
I
know
need a
that. I knew you
PS3.
wouldn't take that as an insult.
I do. I love Little Big Planet. I love Sackboy. He's cute as all hell. I love him.
I've never played Little Big Planet. I still don't quite know what it is. Is it
It's
like
like
a
a
public
puzzle
level
solving.
designer?
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. It's kind of simple and it's just cute. I loved it so much as a kid. My dad had a PS3 at the apartment, and all we had was that game, and I loved playing it. And I still have that game, but I don't have a PS3, so I can't play it. I love him so much. He's so damn cute. I love Sackboy. And there's a
I
second
wonder if
game
there's
too.
an emulator for it.
I hope
Probably.
so. That or I can just get a PS3.
There's an emulator for Breath of the Wild, so I mean, you know.
Alright, so I made the body, I made the head, I made the horn, the wings, and the ears. What's next?
I don't know.
I guess I could do her face details. Yeah. Let's see if I can make a decent face this time.
Bigorna says the crochet pony has a bigger head because ponies are for intellectuals.
Haha, smart.
That's right. And furries are for people who are just constantly horny.
That's not what they're about, but okay.
I'm pretty sure it is, though.
No.
Emerald Spencer says, deep in the pages of history. And that's it.
Interesting.
I need some decent thread for this. I guess I will thread it in black. Oh no, that's short.
Clayton says,
Thread.
I'll have you know that some of my friends are furries and they have standards.
They do. Mm-hmm.
You can have standards and be horny all the time. I mean, those two are not mutually exclusive concepts.
Oh my god, Ronnie. Stop. Oh god, now the neighbors started. Figured they'd have it. It's a little too late for them to be doing that. I don't care if it's Halloween. Need my little needle. Little. This is little enough.
Heather,
Yes.
did you see those 3 videos I sent you over text the other day?
I don't think I've had the chance to click on them yet. Yesterday
You
was
definitely check them out.
Yesterday was quite the day. Just got a notification from TikTok.
Yesterday was quite the day. What did you do yesterday, or was we already talked about the
The costume contest.
costume contest?
Didn't tell you
what
about
else
the
was
carving
there?
contest.
Come again?
I didn't tell you about the carving contest. Well, at least I haven't told the stream. I did.
I don't know about a carving contest. What?
Oh yeah, I did
Pumpkin carving.
my pumpkin carving contest. If people follow me on Twitter and stuff, they would have seen I carved a pumpkin. I did kind of like a pointy grin pumpkin, and I put a tinier pumpkin in its mouth that had like a distressed face to look like he was eating it. And I using toothpicks, I placed like little gooey skeletons with different colors all over it, so it looked like they were jumping around, like running around all over it. And I thought it was pretty cool. And the deadline for the carving contest was supposed to be like Wednesday, and I turned that in, and only one other person turned in a pumpkin that day. Which hers was pretty good. She like painted it green and used a bell pepper to make a nose, and it was a witch. But so yeah, for a while I was like, oh, it's between her and me. We're gonna do great. And then on Friday, somebody submitted one last pumpkin, and for a while the other person was like, what the hell? The submission date was Wednesday, but it turns out they were sick that day, so. You know, they made an exception.
I think that's a convenient excuse.
It is. But the thing is that it's this guy who, at my job, apparently he enters every year, and every year he wins because he's stupidly talented at making good pumpkin carvings. Like he, last year I saw he carved SpongeBob. Like he had other pumpkin bits sticking out of it and everything. He carved SpongeBob into a freaking pumpkin, and this year he made it look like one pumpkin was giving birth to another pumpkin. So yeah, Google image that.
Okay,
So yeah,
I'd rather not.
he obviously won, and my coworker was unhappy about it, and I was just like, I thought I had a 50-50 chance of winning either way, so whatever.
I thought you were about to tell me that you lost to another dinosaur.
That would have been the worst. I would start hating dinosaurs, and I don't want to start hating dinosaurs.
That would have been funny, honestly.
It's like dinosaurs. They always ruin my Halloween.
There was supposed to be some kind of costume contest on my end today, but of course nobody was around to judge, and apparently I'll be honest, the prize wasn't, from what I heard, it's honestly not all that great, so.
Oh, well then no real loss.
Yeah. It felt nice to wear a suit again, though, so.
Yeah, you win something.
Wearing suits is good.
Yeah, if it was practical, I would wear a suit every day. Or, I mean, eventually I am gonna have to do that, but as of now, every day, if it was practical.
That's how I felt about like those 40 styles rockabilly dresses, those pin-up dresses. They're so cute. I would love to wear those all the time. But you know, the grass always seems greener. But someone who did have to dress like that every day didn't like it as much.
I like wearing business casual or
No, my
a
wing.
button-down shirt when I'm just out and about. But
You usually wear
all
polos.
day like that, when you get home and it's time to relax, you definitely want to get out of those clothes.
Oh, definitely. And with dresses, I always gotta wear like these Spanx that cover my thighs because my thighs are deliciously thick and rubbed together.
Yes, we know.
Do not use those string of words ever again.
What about my deliciously thick thighs? And I'm
Yes.
saying thick with 2 C's instead of a CK.
What problem do you have with deliciously thick thighs that rub together? Mine have the same problem.
Yeah, thighs like tree trunks, Brandon. Thighs so thick, they're as big as hams.
Well, that just means you don't skip leg day, and that's good.
Yeah, it is. I think, Brandon, you're kind of a thin guy. You might not have as thick thighs as the rest of us here. All of us here have thick thighs. Yep.
I mean, I'm working on it.
Yes,
I was working
I
out
don't
with
know
my
if that should
friends
be a
today.
goal.
thick with
and,
muscles, maybe.
I was working out with my friends today, and they were talking about
Oh,
thighs for
I can
some
barely see
reason.
it, but look good.
Do you think I should use a lighter biggie then?
No, I think it looks okay. I think they don't need to be super prominent.
Yeah, just.
Ronnie, do it.
Yeah. Do what?
Was I gonna
Do it.
button eyes with this?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
10
I got
minutes
you
of the stream. Last 10 minutes of the stream.
Oh yeah,
Any
last 10
comments,
minutes.
questions, or concerns,
I know
please
they were
speak
a
them
bag.
now, or
What did
forever
they
hold
look
your
like?
peace until the
Bag full of
next
black
stream.
Black buttons. You know, I might have put it in my button bag. This is my button bag.
Sweetie,
Yes.
Clayton is drawing Sailor Pluto.
Oh, nice. favorite outer senshi.
Nah, that wouldn't have been it. I also have blue. If you ever wanted blue. What would I have done with those as soon as you gave it to me? Would I have thrown it in here? Probably.
Are people just posting song lyrics like, in the chat?
It looks like it.
That's just what they do.
Like I've been skipping them because I don't know where it starts or
Here they
stops, and
are.
people are just
Here they are.
talking.
Oh, there, yes.
I saw the one line about pages of history, and that's all I needed.
Brandon, did you know that Casablanca lilies are real flowers,
Yes.
as opposed to digital flowers?
As opposed
Yeah,
to
no,
paper
those flowers were CGI.
As opposed to fictional flowers.
Oh, you got different size buttons in here. I gotta make sure they match.
Ah, yes.
That doesn't quite match. That doesn't quite look right. No. Got assorted buttons. Okay, those look like they match. Over here. Let's see if I can stitch these in. Do I have any more black thread? It looks like I'm running low.
I may have some for you if you need more.
Let me look. It's probably all tangled up in this mess.
Yeah. I can't help you there.
I gotta get better at this kind of thing. Like freaking, it's like wire management. Heather can't do that either. It's all gonna look like this. This is what the inside of my computer looks like.
Oh my God.
Oh hey, here's the source. What the hell happened there? Jesus, Heather. What the fuck you doing? Okay. Let's see.
So we got people talking in the chat here. They're talking about Hell of a Boss,
Oh
and
yeah.
they're talking about Zoophobia being an amazing webcomic and series.
Yeah, I can agree with those. I mean, I don't know about the comic of Zoophobia. I liked the short I saw, but Hell of a Boss, the new episode, that was nice.
I haven't seen it. I need to get around to it. I saw that it was posted.
Oh yeah, it's not that long either. I thought it was pretty good.
Without having even heard of or seen or whatever Zoophobia, it sounds like it's one of those releases for the Xbox that has an awesome name and an awesome cover art, but is actually mediocre when you play it.
That it's too soon to say with Zoophobia if that is the case.
It's like, what's that game I saw? I think it was legit called Shell Shock. It had a cool cover art, nice name, and apparently it's just a mediocre game.
Most games are like that, though.
That's you.
I still kind of want to play it though.
Yeah, I feel that.
Let's see here. Spencer says, Heather, you are going to make me blow a blood vessel with that kind of cable management.
Sorry.
I need you to come to my shelter and yell at our tech guy for his cord management. Because, dear Lord.
I'll take care of it the next time I'm over there. I'll just go
I'm
in
not
there and
talking
fix
to
it all
you,
up.
I'm talking to Romy.
Oh, sorry.
You're good?
Yep,
Should
but
roll
I can fix it, though.
No, you can't.
Honey.
I'll bet you I can.
Bronny, I told you not to
No,
help
you
people.
can't.
Don't help people. Where's my sticky stick?
Your sticky stick?
I like helping people. It defines who I am.
Uh-huh.
Where is that
My only identity is putting their needs before mine.
stab thing?
I assume it's not the one
I
that's
am-
actually stabbed in
I am a samurai.
Oh, hey, it is.
I'm like, you're not talking about the stick that is already stabbed into the thing, are you?
I was like, no, I'm talking about my second stabby stick. Last 5 minutes of the stream, last 5 minutes of the stream. Any last minute comments, questions, or concerns, please say them now for ultra silence until the next stream.
Clayton wants to know, Heather, how has Mr. J been treating you?
Oh, he's put me through some trials and tribulations, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful he's still here for me.
I suppose one of these days I should go as Poison Ivy while you're Harley Quinn
just to coordinate. Just
exactly.
put a little gay shit.
And,
in
yeah,
there.
exactly. Just be like, "Hi, Bronny."
Oh my God, that is. Oh no, I wasn't dressed like you were. You were Poison Ivy in my video, but I was not. I was McCree.
Yeah, because I was Poison Ivy for Will and Katie's wedding.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even McCree that year. What the hell was I?
I don't remember.
Was I even there? Actually, that might have been the year I was Harley Quinn, because around that wedding time, nothing was happening. I think I was home, and I went to Juanita's party, dressed like this.
There you go.
Oh my God, we are so in sync.
Little did we know.
Little did we know we were actually being gay for each other. Miles apart. Miles apart.
Actually, given that the wedding was in LA, we weren't that many miles apart at the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just bring this party to West Hollywood, why don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows the implications.
No, it's okay though.
Okay.
He's just a little.
I do. I'm just choosing to ignore them.
Okay.
Oh, so he's acting like an ignorant.
Well, I don't know if he knows the West Hollywood implications. Is what I really mean.
He hates California. He has to know.
Just because you hate California doesn't mean you know shit about it.
No, he's gonna try and learn shit just so he can say
Just so
he
he
hates
can be
it.
pissed off. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, talks so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
You think you'd have a little more respect for your girlfriend's home, but you know, fuck me, huh?
right?
Suppose I could, but that would take effort.
But you know, like, no.
I want to take a clip of those two phrases next to each other. Well, fuck me, right? I suppose I could.
Yeah, Bronny.
Let's see here. Megan says, blessings from the stream, blessings from your stream, blessings from the street.
Blessings from the street. Oh God, you make Brandon loop out of this existence.
Let's see here.
I
Megan
could get
says,
this last
seriously, I need
eye
a job ASAP. Okay, so I don't understand this, Megan. You
Let's
said
do
you
some
keep
Coraline
getting
shit.
job offers. How do you not have a job yet?
She needs to know which job's the best. And also sometimes
Yeah,
they don't
but what are
search
you
it
What
right
are you
away.
looking for, Megan? Are you looking for something permanent and full time, or just anything?
My family's motto has always been like, get a job first, be picky second. Like, if you're unemployed, you don't have a right to be picky about what job you get. Once you have a job, then you can be picky about what job you go to. But if you're
Clayton's
unemployed,
got some really sound advice for us. He says, chase the money and not a man.
very true.
Very
Yeah,
true.
so you definitely made the wrong choice, Heather.
Didn't get
No,
money.
she didn't. She's making more than I am.
What? No. Is it, I'm assuming Clayton was talking about
About him.
who you date, and date a rich man.
Don't date a rich man. Make your own goddamn money.
Yeah, because
Don't rely on someone else to do it for you.
Yeah, my mom was always like that. She actually told me, because like I guess she experienced this with my father. She went like, honey, no matter how much your man makes, never stop working, because you don't want to be like cut off someday or have that held over your head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bronny's a perfectly good man. I'm sure he'd never do that, but like it's some advice that I feel like I should never ignore. Because like, what if something happens to Bronny and I'm just gonna be like, what was I a homemaker? I'm gonna have that on my resume?
Yeah, and like, just in general, being that dependent on someone else, I think in my head is just,
Not great.
yeah, I like my skin crawls with the idea of being that dependent on a single person.
It's being completely vulnerable and at
Yeah.
the whim of someone else. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a family member or a friend or a significant other. Like, being
Yeah.
entirely dependent on someone else is not great.
Yeah, with my family.
When you're an
like,
adult, when you're a kid, you don't really have a choice.
well, as an adult, like once I started my first job, I never looked back to not having a job, because it felt nice to spend money that was mine and not have to rely on someone else. Because my family is a very much turn around and like say, okay, now what can you do for me now? And I'm like, well, fuck. Anyways, guys, it's the end of the stream. We ended up putting those two eyes on there. Just gotta tuck in those things. Oh man, I think I made them slightly dirty.
A little bit. That's alright.
It's cute. They look like. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah. You're the one who wanted buttons.
Because I thought it would be cute. And also, it's easier because like with the glue and the felt, it always come off. This isn't gonna come off.
All right.
So, anyways, let's say goodnight in alphabetical order. Brandon, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
You go first.
Have a nice night.
Ronnie?
Have a spooky night.
Oh, nice, sweetie.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
Okay. And I guess, you're all my little puddins tonight, I guess.
That was totally cringeworthy.
You're a cringe. Anyway. So, I hope you all had a pleasant Halloween with us. We had a pleasant Halloween with you. I have to get ready for a little tiny soiree and maybe tuck the yarn, the strees, into Luna's head here. But I feel like we made decent progress today. Got a little core line thing. How did I fuck that up? I don't know. I cannot be symmetrical. Maybe when you look at it like this.
Yeah.
Tell them not to look at it directly.
Okay.
Just look at it.
Don't look at it in the eyes.
Honestly,
Honestly, you know what's funny? He's probably gonna be freaked out by it because I'm looking at it now and it kind of looks like the facial expression of Mantine, which is a Pokemon that creeps him out. So
Oh, it's gonna be a total troll present.
it may
You're
be
like,
a troll
"My friend
present.
made this
I got you a waifu! Ah!
This is horrifying.
And I'm like, are you saying you didn't like it? And he's
And
like,
then he's
no,
I love it! Ah!
I'm gonna make him keep this horrible
Right.
present. I should just go extra and put a little spell on it, like forever give him chills when he looks at you.
Like, it's probably gonna be one of those, like, he puts it in a drawer, and if I ever come to visit, he takes it out, pretends he always has it, like,
Yeah.
turns it away.
Oh, okay, so good night, everybody. Great night. Let me just thank my patrons, Emerald Spencer and DJ Skywalker. They are patrons, and without them, this wouldn't be possible, probably. So if you want to be like them and support me on Patreon, go to the link in the description below. And if you get to the $10 tier, you can be let into my private Discord server. And there's more of this, where that came from, I guess. Yeah. But for just $1, you can just support me. And for a little more than that, you can get a kazoo cover. So, hey, good stuff either way. If you think I'm worth just a one-time donation, go ahead and click the link for the PayPal link. I think just 2 streams ago, I got a PayPal submission from a friend, Juanita, for $150, and it bought me this chair. So, good things can happen when you donate. Has a butt massager, guys. My ass has never been in such luxury. I'm getting closer and closer to the life I deserve. So, yeah, happy Halloween, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Good night.
No, wait.
This chair is freaking awesome.